You scared me. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
All right, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of the Doom and Dagger Dale. I am Tony, and we are Nerdbauchery, and we are getting ready to get into this adventure using some Dwarven Forge. First of all, I want to start by, of course, thanking everybody that's come to tune in. I want to thank our supporters. Want to thank our subscribers, our followers, and of course our Patreon supporters. Thank you, and just for tuning in and helping us out. And thank you for all your support. It's helping us to grow and just continue to make the show better. Also want to thank Stat Trackers. We actually have James, Alistair Bramblebeard is the owner of this company, and you see me use this stuff. You saw me use it just last week with the Earth Element, or yesterday, excuse me, or yes, last week with the good team with the Earth Elementals. So you actually see that this stuff is very useful. It helps me kill the party faster. I mean, play better games with the party. So yeah, I highly suggest, it was good playing fun playing Element. I highly suggest that if you're a dungeon master and you're looking for something that can really help you out so you don't have to be flipping around, I highly suggest taking a look at Stat Trackers. I also want to thank Monkey Paw Clothing. Yesterday was May. She's in our evil team, and she is the owner of that. So it's really cool RPG clothing and tabletop clothing. I actually have a shirt. You'll see me wear it more in summer because it's more like a short sleeve. So we're in the garage, so I have to wear a little bit of warm clothing when we're playing. Again, this is session 14, if I'm not mistaken, of the good team for the Doom and Dagger Dale. The last episode, they had fought an Earth Elemental. They had went to see Turon. Obviously, you have the overarching mission of there's still the disease going on in Dagger Falls and all that, and there's citizens dying, but there's still other things going on in the world. And they went to see Turon to help Scrap's friend Gunmo, who had accidentally turned one of his client's horses to stone with a machine that he had built, and now they need to get a stone salve. But Turon had said he didn't have the proper ingredient. He needed some elemental dust to make a stone salve, and he needed an ounce of that. So they had to go get a heel of an elemental's heel to grind down to make this dust. So they had fought that elemental last week, and that's where we had left off right there. This campaign originally started off at level 1. We converted it from 2nd edition over to 5th edition just to have something new and original. This whole map is made from Dwarven Forge. And if for some reason you're into tabletop RPG gaming and you don't know what Dwarven Forge is yet, it is the best terrain in the market. You're not going to find anything better. They don't use any type of flock. There's nothing cheap. All this stuff is high quality. It will last. It will outlive me, that's for sure. I'll be dead long before this stuff has been destroyed or is breaking down. Our next game is going to actually be Friday the 2nd. Next week, there won't be any actually Dwarven Forge games because we're doing GaryCon, so you'll be able to tune in and watch us Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it'll be me running some games. I have someone else coming down here that's actually going to run one game. That's Rich, if you remember Selenar. He's going to come down and do a guest host for one of the games. So we'll get to see our good friend Rich, and he's gone with me to previous conventions. So yeah, check us out. We'll be running the Golden Hammer of Kaz all those 3 days, and then the 4th day is a Q&A session of basically how to do what we're doing here, how to run a live stream Dungeons and Dragons game. So yeah, just check us out. Again, my name is Tony, and then I'm gonna let the players introduce themselves here. We'll start with Alexander. All right, the next person would be Nat, but he is not here today. I believe we're going to have, hopefully, Omar pick him up. I've kind of already volunteered Omar. I'm sure he's very excited about that. Alistair Bramblebeard. James, if you want to introduce yourself. Oh. Oh, we missed you. All right, now it's Colin. What? Oh, they can't hear us on Twitch? They can't hear the players, JC. But yeah, Omar, you don't mind running Raz and grunting tonight, right? You've run them before because your name was up there on 'em. That whoever volunteers, but yeah, just you don't have to really say anything. Just grunt for him, you know. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. There you go. Let's see if. Hold on 1 second, stream. I'll be right back.
Cody and Eli's characters, but they were gone. Oh yeah, you can hear our voice.
All right, there we go, guys. We got their voices back. Okay. All right. So I'll let them start at the top there. Alexander, why don't you take it away again, introducing yourself?
Alexander, Malkavia, half-elf wizard rogue. Cool.
There you go. Bam. Nat isn't here. Razanor, Dragonborn Paladin. James, go.
Alistair Bramblebeard, Hill Dwarf Druid.
Colin.
Scraps, Artificer, Kobold.
Omar.
I will be playing the Halfling Rogue W.N. Faraday.
And Jay.
Howdy, I'm Jay. I'm going to be playing him, the Tiefling Celestial Warlock.
Alrighty. And again, y'all heard where we left off last week. They had defeated the Elemental. And I'm going to let them pick it up. Basically, we've had them arriving at Turon's Tower. The party had, got collected the Elemental, and then they had journeyed back, had them journey back to the tower. So if you just want to switch that camera angle, JC, let me go switch it because he just walked away, stream. Hold on. But we're going to get you this other angle so you could see, and then they can take away the RP in there.
James, real quickly about Alistair, since he was in bear form, does that last until you turn it off?
1 hour.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
She
it'd
gone.
be hilarious if like we brought back a bear. I'd be like, here it is. You'd be like, no, I meant an elemental.
So you used this is still the same day, right? This is like right after the fight.
I believe so, yeah. So you have one beast shape down.
Did
Yeah.
I take any damage as Alistair?
You only took damage as a bear.
Okay. Do you know how much damage I took as a bear?
Yes, I do. You took
Oh,
a
look at
total of 21 points of damage as a bear.
All
Okay,
right.
Well, I can see my stat tracker right here. Fast and looking it up on D&D Beyond.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
No, D&D Beyond is great.
All right, so
These are better for DMs. So I got 13 points left as a bear. Okay.
It's 12 more than you need.
all right.
Is the elemental well and truly dead?
So that angle should be kicking in a second. Y'all be to see yourselves outside Turon's Tower, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it away, party.
Well, I'm clearly back in Alistair form. Once the fight is over.
Back to the tower after you defeated the Elemental. We had you traveled back to the tower, so you turned back to your bear form.
All right, Scraps. Let's start piling up all this stone in front of Turon. See what he likes.
Faraday will climb up the stairs and just yell at the. Can we see is Turon outside? Like where? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Yes, we just had a slight situation here, so I'm gonna have to run the stream while while JC has to go on an emergency. So yes, you are outside the tower, and you guys haven't rested. You just, so you still took a little damage, but you quickly came back here. I'm gonna give you all a chance to rest and RP in a second, but I just wanted to get you to the tower here. So as you roll up, and Faraday says he comes out, you see, of course, Turon's mom come out. Well, oh, hello, dearies. Welcome back. That's so nice to see you. What can I do for you? Who do you want to see? You're here to see someone. Oh, it's a little wee talkative halfling again. Would you like some tea, little halfling? Or maybe some pomade for your mustache?
Yes, well, that's quite tempting, but actually, we're here to see Tugan. Where is Tugan?
I think you mean Toran. Toran's my son. Oh, you forgot his name. That's okay. He's an easy name to remember.
Tugnan, yes, Tugnan. Yes, I'm here to see Tugnan.
Oh, you got me. Oh, okay, dear. Hold on just one second. His apprentice is out here. Let me go get him.
Okay.
Oh.
Very well.
So-
Go along then.
So she goes inside, and you see her. She hobbles. She has her. She's a kind of a heavy set lady, and she's going inside, but she got her apron, and she's walking in there, hobbling. And in a few minutes, you hear walking up the stairs, and then Turon just seems to appear in front of you. Magically, shoo, like dimension doors right in front of you, and then you see him.
Toban, how are you, Toban? It's good to see you.
Oh, my God.
Is it toucan? Wait, what is it? Sorry.
Oh my God, Father gods, my
sounds
name is
charming.
Toran.
I believe it's Toban, Malkavia. Really, you must get with it. So, Toban, we've managed to slain your Earth Elemental and have the dust needed for the stone salve. So I would ask you to please do what you do and make it quick, make it snappy, sir.
Just to give you a description too, as Turan had came out outside, you notice that there's all these things now sitting outside. You've got potions on a table, you've got the alchemy lab, and you could see that his tower seems to have gone through some damage. Hold on, it will take a few seconds. Not too long ago, right before you left, some kind of falcon came in and did tons of damage to my home. It has been burnt. It has been burnt up on the inside. Smoke, I had to bring many of my things outside. I have been working here that I slowly repair the tower, my friends. Little halfling, I almost think that trouble seems to follow everywhere you go.
Let me ask you something, Topaz.
Toran! I'm the most...
What
Toran!
kind of falcon exactly was it that invaded your home? You really should consider getting windows put in, sir.
Oh my God. It was a peregrine falcon, I believe. My apprentices said they saw it coming in. They tried to snatch some kind of potion, and before they could, it dropped it. It went everywhere and spewed, and smoke and caustic vapor filled the room. Now I cannot even do any of my experiments for at least a week inside. I have to do all of them out here, as you can great see, is a terrible inconvenience for me. But, alas, that is not your problem. You did not cause it, of course. I know it was not your falcon. You have no control of bird. No
I
control of
didn't
bird.
cause it. That's for sure.
It's not like you could have some kind of control to figure out how to send bird in here. So, not to worry. Anyway, my friend, you said that you have the heel of the elemental dust, and you see his apprentices all like. The one that's standing next to the table, because he was going through the potions and marking prices on them and everything else. He kind of looks up and is like, oh, so you have beat the elemental. Tell me, was it a tough battle?
Not particularly. We slayed it quite easily. I believe one of ours has a small scratch, barely an inconvenience.
Him's like
we,
holding in his guts, basically.
But we managed to slay it quite simply and easily, actually. In fact, we not only brought back one heal, but as Malkavia points out, we have two. Some additional parts as well. I believe Scraps has it in his bat of holding.
Great success then. Mighty heroes you must be to have accomplished this deed. I tell you, in the future, of course, we are going to finish our business, but just to let you know, you should check back with me from time and time again. I have many jobs that I can offer to you, and I pay quite well. Of course, I have nothing at this time, but, check back again. But back to our business. You great heroes have done this for me, and of course, I believe you had said you needed a stone south, but is there anything anyone else needs? I know your leader here is speaking for you, but does anyone else need anything or have any questions? Anyone?
Yeah, before anyone else answers, I will say that because I've personally brought you multiple heals of this creature, and you'll be able to have a surplus of this very dangerous elemental's materials.
It seems as if now you are embellishing, little halfling. Oh my God! You know what? I am not good. I have figured out how to silence halfling. It is not asking you to be quiet. Toron turns around. He walks into his house. Hold right here, halfling. I have something that will let you. Hold on. He turns around to his house and he comes out, and on top of this silver platter is a platter full of the most delicious smoked meat, sausages, that looks like expensive wines. Here, halfling, go ahead and fill yourself up on this while I talk to your friends.
Octavia looks over to Alistair and says, I think he's mixed up halflings with dwarves.
What do you say to that?
I'll tell you what I say to that, and I push Faraday out of the way, and I start eating. And they score. As far as giving us each something, just surprise me, Torak. I'm a druid, a man of the woods. Give me something that'll work for me.
He snaps his fingers. A druid, huh? And he snaps his fingers. Here, this was a special wine that I made. It is double the potency of any liquor out there. I actually distilled it from the leaves of the trees next to Corian. It's a great tasting brew. I give it only to you because you respect nature, druid. Here. And it's double, and you see this cup just appear in front of you, and the liquid just fills from the bottom magically, and you take a taste of it, and it's so potent. This stuff is like Everclear, man. But unlike Everclear, it doesn't burn your chest out when you drink it. It actually tastes really good. But it's potent, very strong.
Now, Tupac,
that's Toron! I am one of the most famous in all the land. I have worked for King. I believe you're disrespecting me.
Oh, no, and forgive me, but there is an issue regarding the speed of a potion of speed that I believe that you owe us in as well.
There was no bargain for a potion of speed. I remember no such thing.
We will gladly provide these.
In fact, now, speaking of potions, wait. Speaking of potions, I seem to remember the last time I was here, I lost a potion right after I had begun speaking to you.
You're metagaming, man. There's no way you would know that. I rolled a 21.
He would have checked. No, wait. But no. He didn't say you. He didn't say you. He goes, when you were around. He goes, when you were around, I lost a potion. It was in my jacket, and I could not find it. Do you have any idea? Perhaps you saw it when you were leaving. It was a very valuable potion.
I'm gonna point to all his stuff out on the lawn of his home and say that it appears you have trouble dealing with all kinds of domestic issues. I really can help you with that.
Perhaps you are right. Okay.
Actually, Turok, we actually have
Turok.
We actually have a means. We actually have kind of like a safety deposit system. It's the bank of scraps, and he's actually really good at holding on to stuff. If you ever need something secured and without ever questioning where it goes, it will always be with him. So
no.
You hold on to have something to hold on to. You just refer to our little kobold friend over here.
No,
I'd be happy to help.
I appreciate it, little man, little kobold, and what was the name? Mikivia? Ha ha ha! You see, I can play same game. So
while he's talking, I will casually stroll over to the table full of potions.
I will follow him. Less than a foot behind. I will follow him.
All right.
See anything
What you doing? Where you going now, Faraday?
Now,
Just taking a gander.
can you please stay away from? I am doing a very careful experiment. As you can see, my apprentice is working right at the table. So there's actually the apprentice is working at the table.
I grab him by his collar and kind of pull him away from the table.
The apprentice is.
Stand away from the
Really?
table.
You mustn't manhandle me, please.
Give you an extra shove.
Du hast. Real quickly, I was wondering, like, with all these extra materials that we brought back from this elemental, is there anything that we might be able to potentially trade for?
A speed of potion, perhaps.
Or anything else? You know, that way we can, you know, potentially make use of this material, and it seems like you are in quite a need of excess random materials.
He kind of like pulls you aside for a second, and he whispers into your ear, "You know, the halfling, he never shuts up. I tell you, he must be a great fighter. To be in your party, I tell you, I would not be able to handle him, but he must be incredibly brave and strong and very good with the ladies. Am I correct?"
He's the best there is.
I assumed as
put him up
much.
to any challenge and he'll take it. You can put pets on him. You can hire assassins. Like, hire the most expensive assassin possible and see what happens. I mean, he will take them out.
I assumed as much. I assumed as much.
Attack him with the full might of your magic. He'll defend himself. Good. Give it a try.
Only
He can't even defend himself against a falcon.
Only Malkavia could hear that little bit. He was just because Malkavia said he wanted to do the trade, and then he kind of looks back. He looks back at he looks back at Faraday, and he's like, I assumed as much. He does have the look of a warrior. Just look at that finely curled beard and mustache. You don't see that very often. Well, anyway.
Granted,
Faraday is going like this.
granted, he has a little bit of extra bravado. That's only because out of his entire family, he's the shortest, you know.
Ooh, okay, I understand. Okay, well, I think that we can do the deal that you're talking about. Let me, and then he goes back. I have talked to your friend here, and I think we can work something out. I would like to see the heals. The first thing I will do is I have already have the ingredients prepared. I had assumed great adventurers as you would come back, so let me get one of the heals, and I will go make the salve as I had promised you. And let me get the ounce that you had promised me, and then we can negotiate for the rest.
So Scraps will waddle up to the table and set his bat head on the floor and open up its mouth and reach in with both hands and pull out one of the heals and kind of like look over to the other guys and be like, I figured out how to pull out only one thing at a time. And set it up on the table and said, this one is for the heel. And I like slide it over towards the table, and like you can only see like Scraps' like nose and up from like the table because it's like pretty much taller than him. And then he like reaches into the bag and he pulls out the other one and he like sets it on the table, but he doesn't like push it over to him. He just keeps it in front of him and he like keeps his hand on it and he's like, and this one is for trade.
Thank you. I understand. I would never try to take it. Thank you, little cobbled man. And he kind of pats Scraps on the head.
While this is happening,
purrs.
Faraday will walk up to Malkavia. Malkavia, that owl of you. Have an idea, if you're up for it.
Oh God! All right.
Yes.
So, I must confess, the falcon that caused all the mischief previously, it is bald. But
No.
be quiet, sir. Yes. So what I did was I merely sent it in to disrupt the situation because, let's be honest, Tupac is rather boring. So if you are so inclined, perhaps Hush might be served. Might serve us a bit of amusement.
Faraday, you're kind of going out, and a little bit out right there for me.
Sorry, I'm trying to be like whispering.
Yeah.
Stage whisper.
Stage whisper.
Yeah. Malkavia just kind of like bites his teeth a little bit because like the urge to want to pursue this is like really great, but he's just like, no, we really can't. That was enough. That was enough of an instance. We don't need to do anything else.
Oh, you are boring, sir. And I will just walk away.
And I'd like to come up behind Scraps before he puts the bag away, and I just kind of like put my finger in the bat of holding and pull it, and I start stuffing sausages and meat into it.
The table that. Oh, by the way, as you do that, the meat just magically reappears, and now it's different meat, hams, chickens, brisket. We're talking smoked brisket with the fat that is crispily fried. Oh my
Is
God!
this a plate of feeding?
When I see this,
Don't question it. It's magic. Go with it.
Can I borrow you the bat?
So it's just filling up with every time you take more food off, more just appears as that spot empties. So you're just.
I'll ask
Scraps
Scraps.
looks at you and he gives you a look of disgust. You're like, oh, that's disgusting. It's overcooked to death. I was like, why don't you just take the whole plate?
Also,
It's delicious.
And then more for you, I guess.
I mean, he did give you the plate. I mean, you took it, right? So.
He just holds the bag open towards you while you have the plate in your hand.
Sure, I take the whole thing. I just dump the whole thing in there.
what is him doing right now?
Recovering from almost dying.
You're fine.
Also just
Walk it
kinda
off.
looking around it, basically. You're just kind of looking around, not like going up to the table of like all the stuff, just kind of looking at everything that Turan's brought out.
Okay. Where's
Are you
just
still wounded him?
Slightly.
He is?
Yeah, he used the last of his healing, like his healing pool on himself. So he's only down 6 from his max right now.
Alright, hold on. I'll do a cure light wounds. Like the old days.
cure
7
light
points.
wounds, cure serious wounds, cure critical?
Remember that?
Oh yes, I'm gonna be
You
doing
can
a
tell
1E
the old
game
school
soon.
Gamers from the new school gamers. when
Oh
they say
yeah,
stuff.
I got a
Oh,
I got a 1E game coming up. So, just to let y'all know, when Turon left, like 2 guards, you see those guards that are on the rocks, they came out and they've been kind of just hanging out. And as he left, he said, "Mother, make sure the guests are happy." "Oh, of course, dearie. I'll take care of all the guests. Oh, just let me get me meringue mask off. Oh, there we go. Oh, little ones, do you need anything as me Torrent goes in and works on your potions? Okay, all right." And she begins like bringing out like smoking pipes and stuff for everybody if anybody wants to have a smoke. "Oh, here you go, dearies. If you like to smoke or anything like that, we got the good halfling pipe weed in there for you."
Okay, so describe to me who is outside right now.
You have his apprentice at the table. His mom is, putting out stuff for you, and then you have Turon's guards, the same guards that were there in the last time you arrived at the tower. They were next to the door. Now they're kind of just perched up on these rocks, because they're trying to protect Turon's stuff a little bit more this time, being a little bit more observant.
Did you get that him? 7 points?
Yeah,
Okay.
I already added it. It's appreciated, at the very least.
Are you feeling better now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
If I ever can repay, let me.
Yes, you're
I'm sorry,
you're a good lad. You're a good fighter.
Thank you.
At least I think
good
I
to
wasn't there, so I'm hoping I'm right.
I mean, he did a total of like 45 damage overall.
Wow. Yeah,
To
massive
the-
guiding bolt. It was awesome.
Yeah, he did good.
It was really
You're a powerful part of this party. So
so cool.
So Tony, if there's an opportunity, Faraday wants to cast Mage Hand. Try and lift a potion off the table. Doesn't matter which one, at random, whichever one looks pretty and interesting.
All right, so you want to try to...
What I want to do is I want to take Mage Hand and I want to take slide the potion off the table into like a tuft of grass or like wherever there's like a crevice of rock or something that no. I'm gonna leave it.
You're really going in and out. I'm getting the gist of what you're saying, but I think you're saying you want to...
Hold on a second. I just set up my computer. It's a brand new computer, so I might have to like figure some
it's
stuff out
definitely
here.
I'm getting the gist of what you're saying, though. I believe Faraday said he wants to take Mage Hand to try to grab any potion and then slip it, if possible, into a crevice. So what we're going to do, there's going to be the apprentice there. Then you've got the guards. They're watching. So you're
I'm
going to have... Yeah, so you have to get by those and his mom, but his mom's a 0 level NPC. So
I will.
Straps is right at the table too.
Faraday will manifest his peregrine falcon about 50 feet above the heads of everyone, and he will like telepathically communicate with the falcon to make sure that the falcon calls out like a falcon call as it like flies above.
all right, so you have your falcon just appears above you.
Yeah, like I would say 50 feet above the tower, like circling around the tower.
All right, the guards call out, it's the falcon! There it is! Shoot it! Shoot it! And the
And I
guards
will
go.
cast Mage Hand and grab the nearest potion that I can while this
All right.
distraction is happening.
So they're going to try to shoot that, but the apprentice is still watching. So let's see, where is it? And you're going to try to roll. Oh, it's up here. Apprentice, there we go. All right, go ahead and for them not to notice your mage hand, trying to think.
My passive perception is 16, so he has to get past me as well.
Oh, so you're trying to stop Faraday from doing this?
No, I was intentionally watching him. That's why I pulled him away from the table. I know what he's up to. I know he caused all these problems. That he could
How do you know that? How do you know that?
potentially cost us the the cure to the sleeping thing, and also Scraps' side quest here to get the
Okay,
potion.
give
He's
me.
endangering all of us. He's not just stealing; he's endangering our mission.
Could
I'm watching
you
it.
also pay attention?
Give me a stealth roll and a sleight of hand roll, because you have to make sure that potion, when you're slipping into the crevice, that it doesn't break.
So
Because
wait. I'm rolling stealth for what? What am I rolling stealth for?
you're trying to your mage hand. You're just trying. Are you trying to just stealthily grab it with nobody seeing it? That's what your intention is.
Is that sleight of hand, or is
I
just one roll? Right? Like, why am I rolling twice? I don't know.
Well, do you want to slip it into the? You're trying to slip it into a rock, right? I would think that the rocks up
I
here.
would imagine it's one action. It's to remove the potion from the table in a discreet way.
But you also have to cast Mage Hand in a discreet way, and that is another.
Okay, then that's
GM
fair.
James is going to come
That's
out.
fair. That's fair. I like that. I like.
All right, all right.
Okay.
We'll go that way
I see
then.
you
We'll
cast-
just do.
All right, so here's my stealth roll to cast it.
Hey Tony, could him also be like paying attention?
Yeah, sure, if you want. All right, I'm gonna do a perception roll.
That is under my passive perception of 16, so I would notice you casting if you want to play. By the way.
I will say this
Oh man.
for Faraday's defense: when he does cast Mage Hand as an arcane trickster, it can be invisible.
It is invisible.
So
Yeah.
But I still hear him
Yeah.
casting something.
right, absolutely.
Right.
So the apprentice doesn't really hear anything, or he's kind of Faraday's far enough that the apprentice really he doesn't notice too much about it. He kind of looks around, but he doesn't hear anything. And now you're trying to.
So
Now you want
Alistair is not going to say anything immediately. He's like eating, and he sees him cast, and he just kind of is narrowing his eyes and like watching very carefully. So from now on, I'm going to make passive perception. Active perception rolls, I guess, once he starts messing around more.
And Malkavia is going to make Hush appear, and I'm gonna yell out to the group really quick. You know what's really great about horned owls is that they naturally attack peregrine falcons. It would be a shame if I had to send my bird up there to kill that falcon.
Yeah, is that falcon back again?
All right, the guards get it. They need to attack this falcon too. So now that you did that, let's give their guards a chance, because you got your roll of starting your mage hand, and while you're casting that, they're attacking the falcon. So let's see if they get an attack off on this falcon.
Despite being directly in front of the table, also Scraps has a passive perception of 10. So I imagine he like looks up at the falcon and just looks right into the sun and is just like ah.
All right, this is the first attack. Trying to think what the AC for that falcon would be too.
It's 13 and you missed.
That one definitely missed. And this is the second guy.
And he misses as well.
Damn. Wait. That falcon's a shifty one. It must be that same one from it. Get it? Shoot it, goddammit. If Toron comes down here and sees that falcon still out here, it might be our ass. All right. If you're talking, Faraday, I can't hear you.
No, I didn't say anything. I was just
Malkavi was just going to say, if for a discount, I'll take care of that falcon.
I'll tell you, the guard turns around. If you can kill that falcon with that bird you got in your hand there, I'll give you 5 gold pieces. That has to be worth it.
Yep.
So,
Oh, can I get in on that action? I say, and I take 3 rocks out of my pocket.
I will now use Mage Hand to try to lift a potion off the table.
All right.
Omar, you know.
What's that?
Are you not hitting the potential value?
Go ahead and roll your stealth with your your stealth with your mage hand.
19.
All right. So once again, Faraday, you lift a potion off the table. You don't know what it is yet, but you are able to lift that off the table itself.
Okay, so and using Mage Hand, I will again move it to a place where, far enough away from the table where it's hidden that I can just casually walk over and, like, as if I'm tying my shoe, bend over, grab it, and put it in my pocket.
Okay,
Alright.
so I'm gonna roll an active perception against that, but because you actually fooled me with the stupid falcon, I'm definitely gonna roll a disadvantage. Is that fair?
All right.
Oh, I do not see your ass. Nope.
So Faraday is very pleased with himself right now.
All right. So
However, I am gonna throw the rock. I am gonna throw the rock at the predator.
Okay, so yes, obviously I'm using that as cover for this
Right.
act, so I don't see this. So go ahead and
Okay.
do your
Go to
thing.
spells. Magic stone.
I think this only happened because Faraday's falcon ruined his tower last time.
Oh,
Ooh,
22. I got it.
Yeah, that hits. All right, so yeah. you hit my falcon and it like instantly explodes into like a poof of feathers.
I just go, I got it. I take a rock out of my pocket. Goes right through it. Disappears.
Thank God. Who got it? Whoever got it gets the money.
That would be me.
And you see him take out the 5. It's like in a little small pouch. He just throws the pouch over to you. Good job, dwarf. Wait a minute. You're Alistair Bramblebeard. I know you. You're Alistair. I've heard of you. You're famous around here. Didn't you save the town of Dagger Falls all those years ago?
Must be a different Alistair.
Really?
Most
This-
likely.
The swore it was you.
Faraday will notice that. I just noticed that Alistair destroyed his falcon. You walk over and he's like, "That was a good shot, old man." Sir, do you guys perchance have 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal lying around?
Are you asking? Who are you asking? The apprentice?
I'm asking the apprentice.
10 gold pieces. Do we have 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, sir? Oh, I'm just an apprentice here. I don't know. I know we use some charcoal sometimes for the Bunsen burners. And hold on till Toran gets back. I'm sure we might be able to scrape you up some.
Yes, it seems I'm in need, and I will glare at Alistair Bramblebeard. That was a good shot.
Aye.
Quite a good shot.
That was fantastic.
Impressive.
Like, Malkavi is like so overjoyed right now. He's just like, this is great. What a
I
good
think that's
day.
the first time I've ever hit with that cantrip. Magic stone.
That's funny. And the fact that you did 8 damage with it, geez.
I know.
Oh, rock.
I rolled for his HP, Archibald's HP. He had 4, as I was like hoping, that the roll would be low.
Plus 4 to damage with that thing, so.
Yeah. Oh, I would have been dead anyway.
Yeah.
You could have rolled a 1 and still would have done that. Okay.
So at this point, his mom, she starts walking back in, and Toron just appears in front of you again. All right, my friends, I have finished the potion for you with a salve and not a potion. And forgive me, you cannot have horse drink who is stoned, right? Okay, so
My goodness, Taboo, that was very quick.
I'm not going to even worry about you anymore, little halfling. I have heard that you are a powerful, strong fighter, so I will take your jibes as a means of friendly respect. You know that you are just jibing me because deep down you admire me, no? I understand. It's easy to admire me.
Confused. I don't think Faraday realizes that he's used the name incorrectly like 6 times.
It is okay. I understand. My friend, you can easily like me. It is not a problem. So let me go ahead and give you the salve. Here you go. Now I will keep this ounce here, and I believe you said that you wanted to trade.
We
Tony.
also a few things, I think. Obviously, one heal is worth quite a bit more than just a single potion, right?
I told you here it would have to, of course, to be refined. I would have to crush in a pestilence. There is a work involved. It's not just the heal itself. The potion is worth 4,000, not just the heal. But if you were to give the entire heal, that means I'll be able to make multiple potions. I could be willing to separate. I would say around 1,000 gold pieces.
How about each of us gets to pick one of your potions for free?
Ooh, I do not know. That deal would not work. I have a feeling you would pick.
Or we could make it very interesting. You could just mix them up. You could put in bad ones, just juice, real
It's not
potions.
like we know what they
Juice.
look like.
How about uncommon or lower?
Out of game, I really like that idea for the cool RP element. But how would we do like the negatives for you? Obviously, the advantage is if it's not juice, you kick ass. If it's juice, it's like, well, I got juice. Okay, let's go. There
Or we
has
can
to be
identify it
something
later.
how much are you willing to risk? Turan looks at you. He goes, I am a gambling man. I am a gambling man.
Hold on, Tony. What if the spells have? What if, depending on the role, the spells have some kind of, I don't know, like a wild magic effect, like that creates like chaos when you drink it, so that it still accomplishes what the goal of the potion is, but we got to roll on the wild magic table to see if something crazy happens.
Well, I don't want anybody getting like potions that would incredibly don't want some too much OP. I'm trying to give you something that would keep it, within the realms of, not to ruin the game for you. So
Of spell
Just
level
common
X
or
or lower.
uncommon.
what could
Yeah,
what
common or uncommon. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, what potion? I'll tell you what, I like that. As long as everybody's willing to keep it basically regular and then have the wild magic effect, I like the gambling. I think that's kind of cool. So I'm trying to figure out in my mind how Toran can set this up. Okay, you want to gamble? You think that you want potion? But before you gamble, let me tell you what you would have gotten for helping me. You see, many adventurers come through here. They leave things. I have gotten many things in my time. And for helping me, I was going to give you something. So let me tell you before. And you can choose to gamble this or not.
Is it a new car?
What is behind door number 2? You see, because you had helped me, first of all, obviously, you get the potion for your friend, and let your friend know your potion. You had said he was a tinkerer, like an alchemist. Let him know that I am looking for apprentices. So if he needs work in this area, send him to me. I would gladly employ anyone who has very good skills at possibly brewing potions and helping my apprentices around here. They could use someone with good grit and skill.
He's also pretty good at killing birds, apparently.
Ah, well, send him to me, your friend. I believe you know wherever he is at, you said. And of course, we will give him his salve to figure out his problem. But you send him to me, and I will give him a job as an apprentice. But now on to what you would have gotten. So, I would have given you this. But again, you will still get, but you can choose to gamble it with me. I will give you a wand of magic missile with 12 charges, cast at level 3. A studded leather +1, and a boots of feather fall. These are many items I have collected in my travels, but if you would like to gamble them for potions, we can do that. I will let you I tell you what, I will give you some time to discuss with your party if you like to gamble with Toron, or if you're cowards and want to walk away.
Guys, I've made parachutes. We can fall super slow. It's fine. We don't need it.
The wand of magic missiles does sound enticing.
I would like the leather as well.
Well, what about this, Tupac? If you provide the 3 magical items, and then perhaps the remainder of our party get 1 stab at your random potion list.
And what are you gambling to lose then? You must have something to lose. There must be some what is the phrase? I think I don't. What in the game? There is phrase in game. It's not
I'll
steak.
tell you what.
Not steak.
Well-
Skin in game. That is phrase. Skin in game. You must have skin.
With all due respect here, Toron, we came bringing a commodity. We should all be paid fairly, not be taking a chance at things.
Of course, and that is why I
I'll
have.
be getting a potion from your stock, or if not, we can simply take the heal elsewhere.
You don't think the gold, as well as all those magical items, are a fair pay?
Sorry, what were the list? I have wand of magic missiles that cast at level 3 with 12 charges. Shield, studded leather +1. What was the other one?
And boots of feather fall.
Boots of feather falling. And then there was gold?
And 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold, excuse me. And so none of that. That is not good enough for you, Mr. Dwarf. I think that would be incredibly fair. Multiple
I guess
magical.
Sorry. I guess whoever doesn't take the items could use the money to buy some potions.
That is true. Maybe they could.
You knew we were gonna do this. It's like giving store credit.
Also, the dwarf here, Mr. Bramblebeard, of some notoriety, he took out that falcon that was bothering you.
Well, I appreciate that, and here he throws 10 gold pieces here. Thank you for that. Yeah. It caused me many problems. That falcon.
I look at the gold in his hand and I sneer and I don't take it.
Well, Mr. Dwarf, I've met many dwarfs. I understand you're gruff, but
My name is Alistair, not Mr. Dwarf.
okay, Alistair Bramblebeard. Wait a minute.
I've been calling you by your proper name, not like this fool over here.
That is true.
I take offense.
You understand. I tell you what. I have one of my apprentices and the
I
guards
think
have.
that your offer me is fair. I do, but some of us will not receive anything in this offer. So those of us who don't get one of the magical items, perhaps you could provide us with a common potion. We're not asking for anything extravagant.
Yes, like a potion of
for
speed.
the heal.
That is extravagant, Faraday.
Yeah, that's pretty fancy.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Dwarf, let it never be said that Toron is not. They don't call me Toron the Great for nothing. Not Toron the Good, Toron the Great. So, Mr. Dwarf, for you, because I have heard you are famous and saved the town of Dagger Falls when the River Tesh overflowed. Yes, I have heard you are known in this area. I will do this for you. I will, my friend. I will do it for you, my friend, and you can go away. Alistair Bramblebeard. Now, Mr. Dwarf, does that put a smile on your face?
It is appreciated. You are
All
fair.
right. All right. Now, you go ahead and choose a common potion of your choice, and I will get it to you. And shh, let it stay between us, huh? That I treated all of you so well. And he looks at the party. Even you, brave little halfling with your fancy mustache. Who would ever thought a halfling could lead a party? No?
Lead the party.
Leave. Ooh.
I said lead. Did I sound like I said leave? I'm sorry.
No,
Lead.
you said lead.
Yeah, lead.
And we were all like, what? Who's leading us? Let's see. I'm looking at the potions. So give me a second.
All right.
If
So
somebody knows what they want, they can go.
all right. So y'all think. Go
I
ahead.
really just want the leather.
You want what?
I just want the leather +1.
Well, that's up. Y'all gotta work that out after the stream. You know, you work out what how you want to split up the loot and all that. You know, unless
just to make sure. So we are getting that set of 4 items, like the wand of magic missile, stud leather pistol, and boots of featherfall, and the 1,000 gold. And those that don't pick anything, we are getting a chance at the table. Is that right?
well, no, he's decided to give you a common potion to everybody. He's not going to make you gamble. A regular common potion, you know. But you have to agree to remember my correct name from this point. It is Toron the Great.
Oh, that's going to be difficult.
Well, I think.
Toron the Great. I don't suppose you have a potion of giant size. Say slyly.
I don't. That doesn't sound very common. that doesn't.
Giant for 24 hours or something crazy.
Yeah, that
24 hours and become a giant.
yeah, it doesn't sound very, very common there.
25. I love it. All right, I won't pick that one.
Anyway, I'll let you. You can work that out. I mean, after the stream, or whatever potion you want, you can think
How
about
about
it.
a potion of flying?
That doesn't sound common either. No, I would think like
Potion of love is common?
It's exotic or whatever.
yeah.
I don't see the in D&D Beyond. I don't see
The only ones that are coming up
level.
for common is Potion of Healing. That's the only one.
Potion
see
of
potion of
climbing and
climbing.
like one other one too. Yeah, there's like 3, I think.
Yeah, uncommon is probably the best bet.
But if you remember, only the people who aren't taking one of the items will get the potions. So y'all think about how you want to split the loot and who gets what, and then the other people get their choice of a common potion there.
Yeah. So is it still possible to grab that wand of magic missiles? That
If your party lets you have it, it's up to them.
Well, if we haven't agreed yet, then we can't exactly pick potions either.
Yes. Well, that's why I said you can think about if you want to RP, right? Play around, right? Not can RP like Alistair Bramblebeard did, but at the same point, we don't want to. We just don't want to be sitting here for an hour figuring out what potions we're gonna get and splitting up loot.
The only common potions are a potion of healing and a potion of climbing. Those are the only common potions. Everything else is uncommon.
As well.
So that Scraps is gonna ask could I pay the difference to upgrade to an uncommon potion?
But
I want to be able to breathe fire again. That was great.
well, now if you want more than that other heal, we haven't negotiated for it yet.
What is the list of uncommon potions?
Turan has.
Extensive.
I told you in the last game, actually out of character, just meta here. In the last game, Torin had mentioned he has one of everything, okay? Any potion pretty much available. The thing is, though, that the cost is 2 to 3 times more than they normally would be. So
He
be
has
aware
what
of that.
potions?
How
What?
much was the Potion of Speed again? 600 gold pieces, you said?
Well, whatever it would be times 3. So
900, I think.
a potion of speed. The potion of speed 300, so 900, yes. And y'all are keeping track of your money, right? Okay.
Well, now we have an extra 1,000 gold pieces. Are we going to split it up evenly? Is that what we're doing?
I think we can use that to. I think if we just use that to pay the difference to upgrade anybody that's getting a common potion to an uncommon potion, so they can actually get something, then I think that's our best bet. And then other people can take the magic items. I don't think anyone has any problems with the people who want the ones so far. I don't, at least.
Have we negotiated for the other heal yet?
That's what we're doing.
I think that's what we're doing right now. That's what he's giving us for that right now. He's giving us 1,000 gold and all these magic items for the other heal. So I'd say as far as I'm concerned right now, him can have the armor, Malkavia can have the wand, someone else can take the boots. I don't know if anyone really wants the boots. Maybe we can just sell them, and then we use the 1,000 gold to pay up the difference to go from common potions to uncommon potions, so the 3 other people can actually get something that does something.
That's fine.
Which I think uncommon potions are only 150 anyways, because Scraps just bought one last session. So whatever the difference is, 100 gold difference, I think.
I mean, maybe Raz would probably want the boots of Featherfall for now.
I mean, Scraps can cast Featherfall on everybody, so.
Right.
Right. And you'd be burning your spell slot. Do that.
He doesn't really use them all every day anyway.
I would take them just to have something cool.
Yeah.
People jump off cliffs and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're afraid of heights. Your character's afraid of heights. So
Yeah,
maybe that,
yeah. Actually, that would
That's a
actually
good
be
point.
very comforting to have those.
yeah.
I'll take, if no one minds, I'll take the boots.
Think-
They prevent me from falling.
Feel free.
Oh,
Fall really slowly, at least.
So,
that's-
scraps,
yes.
scraps,
I'll take
that leaves-
those. I'll
that
take. Forget the
leaves you-
potion. I don't need a potion. I'll take those.
That leaves you, myself, and Raz to perhaps procure something with the remaining 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, at least.
Fair enough.
Raz will go. Okay.
Perfect. It's like he's right here.
Potion of greater healing is uncommon.
Yeah, we can get potion of greater healing. Scraps wants to get a potion of fire breathing. It was another 150 or whatever. But
All right. So I gotta look and see. I really want that potion of speed.
Torin, I know that you have lots of potions, but would you happen to have any spells to buy?
No, he looks at you. He's like, no, I have not had time to do any of that. Although, of course, I am a magic user of great renown. I really have not had time to do scrolls. I have been more focusing on my potions and things of that nature. I tell you what, though, perhaps maybe you come back another time, and I might have something like that.
Fair enough.
Very well, then I will purchase a potion of Hill Giant Strength.
That's gonna be funny as shit.
It provides me with a score of 21 strength for 1 hour.
How much is that normally, Faraday?
for
It's
uncommon,
the
so it would be
uncommon.
150, same as the potion of fire breathing. Which can we be safe in assuming that since we was going to give us a common one, we can just take 50 off of whatever we would pay for the uncommon?
Wait, hold on a second. I'm looking at the.
It is an uncommon potion.
Yeah, but usually there's no like specific like 300, 400, 500, 600.
No, it doesn't have a cost associated here.
Commons are 50, uncommons are 150, rares or very rares are 300, I think.
Where do you see this?
Yeah, I was looking at
It
it.
was just on a list somewhere. I'm just going off memory. I don't have a verification or a source, so don't take my word as law.
Yeah, it's just uncommon. Estimated value. It's actually, it says right here on Thieves Guild 5e magical items. Estimated value 400 gold pieces. So it's actually,
100 gold pieces.
yeah. So it'd actually be 1,200. That sounded pretty cheap for a potion of Hill Giant Strength. And it sounds like, wait, and 400 sounds like more accurate. Then you, of course, you know, the 3 times more. So it's actually, of course, I can sell you a potion of Hill Giant Strength. But you're already a great warrior, I have heard. But you know, I put my friend, I can do this for you. Just it will be 1,200 gold pieces. I have a lot of repairs from that Peregrine Falcon. You know, I cannot give any more deals like I did last time. I got lots of damage, broken bottles, broken potions. I lost at least a month's worth of inventory.
Malkavia looks at Faraday and Raz and just says, maybe just a, greater healing potion might be best.
Oh, it's so boring.
I just want to breathe fire again. It was so cool.
All right, I don't want to delay the party, so and just give me my 300 gold pieces, and we'll call it an even. 333 gold pieces.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. That's a party, not me.
However, I will take 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal and incense if he's got it.
Apprentice, get a charcoal for our adventuring friends here. Apprentice, yes, sir. Okay, hold 1 second. Going. Runs up the stairs, comes back down. Here you go, master. Oh, here you go. Here you go, mate. Here you enjoy. And he takes the 10 gold pieces. All right, put this his way. Give this to my mother. Oh, thank you, dearie. I will put that in the sacks inside and protect it there. Make sure nothing gets it.
All right, so I just took the gold.
don't forget, if you are leaving now, I don't know, you are free to make camp around here, or whatever you want to do. But if you are leaving, do not forget, every once in a while, check back. Let me know. Or perhaps I can even send one of my apprentices to run a messages to you to let you know if I have any adventures. I'm sorry. Any jobs for you that you can do? Would you be interested in such a thing?
We could always check back later.
Oh, very good. Well, I have to go to work. I have continued to do my things. If there's nothing else I can do for you,
I still need that potion of fire breathing, please. That's all I've wanted since I came here.
Oh, potion of fire breathing. Of course. I am so sorry. Let's see here. Potion of fire breathing. Just looking through my here to find. Okay, that will be 300 gold pieces.
Yeah, so I'll use the 300 from my 333 to pay for that, and then I'll just take the 33 gold, and then Raz will take his 333, and we're good.
All right. Enjoy that potion and breathe of fire and make sure whatever you burn it good. All right. I am going to continue my projects here. I'm working on my home and trying to make more potions for customers and adventurers like yourselves. If you need anything else, don't forget Toran, the best purveyor of potions in all of the Dalelands. And, he just kind of goes back to his work, see him pouring stuff in, his apprentice, talking to his apprentice. His apprentice is holding things for him and kind of just almost forgets that you're there.
So he didn't give us the stone salve, he just said to send Gunmo here and...
No, he gave it to you. He gave you the stone salve. Salve. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we can make our way back to the horses and the cart. Then make our way back to Dagger Falls.
Remember
Scraps.
you guys haven't rested yet. Just to let you know, you haven't rested. So, okay.
Scraps. Good chap. I asked you earlier to do an identification for me of a vial of a potion vial, but it turns out I actually forgot. I have a second potion vial that I would love if you could help me out in identifying it, because quite frankly, I've lost my notes and I don't remember what it is. So, here's the other potion vial. It'd be great if you could help me out, just as you did previously. It would be a great boon to me, sir.
Can I request a deception check?
Tony?
You requested a deception check?
Yes.
And he requested.
Yeah, if you...
I assume he's lying to me, obviously.
His deception versus your insight.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were asking from Turin. I was like, I'm sorry. I got confused there. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
Faraday's asking. Yeah.
Yes.
Faraday's asking for Scraps to identify the potion I stole.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Roll your deception, Faraday, and see if insight. There you go on Scraps. I don't think you're gonna beat Faraday.
Deceptive one.
Yeah, whatever you say, then Faraday, you're the best.
I just rolled a nat 20 there.
Remember what happened last time, Faraday? You burnt your nat 20.
23 versus an 8. Nice.
Scraps just reveres you. He believes all your stories are true. He has no issues with you whatsoever. This guy's amazing. Look, he does so much. Do you believe that he's graced our party with his presence? Yeah, of course I will identify your potion for you. Please, just...
So what is Jay doing right now? Or him?
Him got over encumbered, but I realized that all of his stuff would technically be in Scrap's bag of holding, so I'm trying to go through and figure out what he has on him.
Yeah, you can toss whatever you want. Just let me know so that I can add it to the list, because there's an...
Just don't crush the sausages that are in there, or the bacon, or the...
I have an empty chest to put them in.
We have a smorgasbord of food in there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Did Alistair take the plate of food creation?
Yes, the whole
Put
plate
it in there.
The plate's in there. Whether or not the plate is magical or is just the effect of the area, who knows? But the plate's in there.
It was a silver catering plate.
So Tony, what is my other potion that I stole?
What do you want it to be?
Oh wow!
I know what you.
want it to be.
I know what you. It's a potion of speed.
That's
So wait, can we RP this, please?
Go for it.
Wow. So
Well, what is
fair.
it, man? What is it? You've got me on pins and needles over here.
Have you heard of have you ever been to Waterdeep or
Yes, I'm from Waterdeep.
maybe
chap.
Baldur's Gate?
I'm from Waterdeep. chap.
Seedier areas.
Yes.
There's this have you ever like Moonflower and that
Yeah.
sort of stuff? And
Get on with it, man.
boom, just crazy on point. That's basically what this does for like a solid minute, and then you're gonna feel really tired.
Amazing. Very well. Thank you very much, Scraps. Very appreciative. I will bestow you with some favor or something in the future, but in the meantime, thank you. And I will grab my potion and very happily, kind of giddily, just walk away.
Your mere presence is enough.
Amazing. That worked out quite nicely.
R.I.P. the next monster we fight.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, are we going to find somewhere to camp tonight, or are we going to stay outside of Turan's home?
I wouldn't
No,
mind getting
let's
back
go
to the
find
horses in the cart, and we could possibly camp by the right there where they are.
That's fair.
It's not too far because we hiked up from where we left the horses to here, and then we went on a little day trip, and then we came back. So
No, we have to hike.
it's going downhill though.
Fair.
I said, "You got this, no problem." And I hit you in
Thank
the
you,
back really too hard.
Mr. Bramblebeard.
I had no idea your kind was so frail.
Well, I'm just not the best built for physical exertion.
Alistair, why don't you try out the new boots on the way down?
I actually do climb up on like a 10-foot rock, like really like nervously and carefully, and I stand up and it takes me like a full minute, and finally I'm just like, "Rah!" and I jump off and I just float down. I'm like,
All
right.
attunement.
It's like a kid learning to jump off the diving board.
I like him.
I guess at this point, you've probably attuned. Wait, how long does attunement take?
Yeah, tune before. It takes an hour, I assume.
Okay, yeah.
If not,
So-
I fall and hit the ground. I would take him off and throw him out off the.
He lies.
I can't even feather fall you. I ran out of identify was my last slot.
You know him.
You do notice that Alistair is walking really, really weird because this is the first time you've ever seen him in shoes of any sort. 'Cause he's always barefoot,
That's so
and he's
funny.
walking like a man wearing high heels, like he's never worn them before, like really small steps, and he keeps scrunching up his face and damn it!
You'll get used to him.
How do you wear
Even though-
shoes?
I have no idea. I don't know how people do it.
Ah.
So, him, never mind these barbarians. Anyway, it occurred to me that we don't really know your story. At least I don't. Perhaps you've mentioned it to the rest of the party, but can you perhaps let us know a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, when you introduced yourself to Turan, you said some big name that I've never heard before.
Hey, him, Riley. At your service. Bit of an experienced adventurer. Been about 7 years since I started. Although I've really only taken small jobs and healed through crises. There's not much more than that, I'm afraid.
Well, where do you hail from?
Honestly, hell if I know.
Make it up when in doubt.
Literally.
Huh?
She's a tiefling. Literally hell.
Small town
Well-
called Iquester. It's not very well known. It's more of just a small fishing village.
Well, And what brought you in this direction?
My healing adventures.
Well, it's good to have you along.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thank you.
Not only is he a great healer, but we saw that impact whenever whatever him casted at the elemental. It definitely hit hard. So.
Razanor would be like, yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the good
Well
things about
said.
making a deal. My celestial patron is quite generous with her power-ups.
Yeah, you've mentioned this whole celestial power thing. You're not a priest?
No, I've never been religious. I just happened to make friends with a celestial on one of my travels.
You just like sit down for tea one day and a celestial was like, "Hey, is that oolong or is that Earl Grey?"
It was Earl Grey.
Oh, okay.
No,
You mean like an
more or
angel?
less. I just happened to overlap her interests, and she decided to give me the power to help.
So your patron is an angel.
Yes. She herself is servant to Saloon, and I suppose indirectly that makes me a servant of her, but
Bramblebeard raises an
technicalities.
eyebrow.
I was more or less raised to be the sneaky type, much like our dear Faraday here. But it just happened to end up that I now have magic.
That's fantastic.
Not quite sure what you mean, my good man, but very well.
Right. Understood, Faraday. But yes, that's really all my story has to it. Traveling adventurer, healer. I make a few friends along the way.
I'm going to.
Oh, we're sorry.
I'm going to roll an insight check. See where I
Go
go.
for it.
For sorry, you almost died.
19. Do I feel like him is being honest?
Him do a deception. Let's see.
Well,
Okay.
only if he is deceiving.
or-
If he is
Well, that-
telling the truth.
Well, this way it would give him the choice right now to say whatever him wants to say. If give the feeling. So this way, because if she, so now she can
There's
say whatever
definitely-
she wants.
There's definitely more to the story, but him's kind of holding it back.
Okay, but what he has said so far has been truthful, in my opinion. Okay.
Not a lie. Nothing
Fair
is
enough.
a lie. It's just a matter of half truth.
That's fine to Alistair. Everybody has their secrets.
Malkavia's
I felt like
just
if
so
anybody would-
excited right now with this wand. Like, you have no idea.
Water magic missile!
The most classic spell of D&D.
It's a great spell.
All right.
Really solidified where I'm gonna go now with class progression. Just it's done now.
Awesome.
Weezer.
Well, y'all are back at camp, just to let you know.
Yeah. Taking a rest, yeah? Long rest?
Yep.
I'll go ahead and ask Scraps to get the mess kit out from the bag. I'll cook something up.
He has to like sift through it for a while before he realizes it's in his actual bag as opposed to the bag of holding, and then he has to pull it out. And it has a bunch. Actually, the mess kit is the thing that he used to carve all of the names of the people that we needed to kill on it. So it has like goblins, great like whatever underdark dwarves, wooden dwarves, and then it has Randall Morn's name, but then that's crossed out because we realized we didn't need to kill him, and then just like it's just got like a bunch of names like carved into the outside of the box.
Is it nighttime?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, while everybody's getting started on food and everything, him's gonna start his nightly routine.
Let's go down the list, and I'll ask everybody what they're doing.
All right.
And then you can either RP or decide. Tell me if you want to start your watches. Alexander, Malkavia, what are you doing?
Cooking. I'll
Cooking.
be on first watch if need be, or
Okay.
yeah. I will take some of that extra meat and some of our veggies and everything else that we have in there, and I will just cook up I guess some steaks.
Some of that brisket.
Good veggies.
Some of that brisket, man. All right, Raz is grunting. Bramblebeard, what do you want to do?
I pull out the big silver tray of meat, and I have an appetizer.
All right. An
So does the
appetizer.
silver tray generate food still?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
can I ritually cast like identify on that? Just to see if there's magic.
Yeah,
If that's a
absolutely.
tray of food
Go ahead.
creation. Okay, I mean, I ritually cast identify.
There you go. All right. No, it's just a normal plate. Apparently, it was, Turon was enabling it while he was there. That was the magic of his tower and his power. So he is Turon the Great.
But how much is it worth? Because I did steal a big silver platter, apparently.
Yeah, is it actual silver?
Yes, it is. Offhand, and I should have rolled to see if they noticed you stole that, but it's all good. You're lucky I didn't. Because Turon notices y'all are TPK.
He gave it to me.
Yeah, that's maybe he did. Maybe he hooked you up. I don't know. I don't know offhand how much that plate would be worth, but I'd say, if it's pure silver, somewhere in the range of what, 150, 200 silver pieces, I would think that you could get out of it.
15, 20 gold? That's probably what I would figure. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, nothing.
Perhaps
It's a
can
nice
probably
plate.
make something out of it, or we can maybe use it to silver some weapons or something,
Never
Like
know when
an-
you might encounter a
I could
vampire.
absolutely do that.
Never know when a vampire's coming. Never know.
I could use a couple of silver balls
Silver balls.
for my stone. I don't know if that would work. Can you silver some
think so.
stones? I could use them in my.
I think if I just made like little spheres out of the silver, like little like bearings basically, and you just threw those, it would be silver, and it would count as like silvered weapons, so it would count as.
But
magical.
actually, the magic stones I throw are magic, and they would hurt a vampire anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
That's true. That's true.
We just have to silver some normal weapons for people who don't have magical ones. So that
Yeah,
might-
there's some arrows and stuff.
Yep.
All right. Scraps, what are you doing?
I'm going to convert my set of carpenter's tools into a set of forging tools and pull out a couple of these iron bars, and I want to make some iron plates to reinforce the outside of our cartwheels. I want to start pimping this thing.
Pimp my cart. All right, and Faraday, what are you doing, Mr. Gentleman?
I will recast Find Familiar and present the party with a second peregrine falcon by the name of Archibald II that has slightly more brown plumage.
I love how Omar talks in Faraday's character even when we're out of character. He's like, Tony.
Method actor.
Dude, that's right. He's he's Daniel Day-Lewis, man. He's Oscar winner. All right. So that's it. If y'all let me know when you're ready to take the start the watch. Other than that, I'll let y'all RP until you tell me.
Also, Tony, I went ahead and did the survival roll for the
You
food.
you cooked an amazing meal. Not that James Bramblebeard nears it. He's over there eating the most delicious stuff in the world.
Did you get another nat 20?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Don't complain about roll 20 because it's a cruel mistress sometimes.
Ooh, it's just funny as hell that he keeps on getting nats for that.
For just cooking. For just cooking. That's all it is.
Scraps, I know you said you have that drone that fixes things. I more like to repair my clothes myself, but do you have perhaps a spell or a drone that does the same thing but for cleaning? There's quite a lot of blood.
I don't think it removes blood, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Malkavia holds out his hand over to him and just does prestidigitation. And it's like,
Oh.
blood spatter, gone.
Thank you. And him gets out his little sewing kit and starts fixing his coat and shirt and everything.
It also has a little bit of a nice spring day smell to it.
Oh, it's lovely. Thank you.
It's what I use to help avoid the smell of that pomade that,
Oh,
kind of wafts upward. Yeah.
do you ever get used to it?
Now,
You bite your teeth and you just kind of charge through.
Understood.
I can make your necklace smell like something else if you don't like it anymore.
Oh no.
I've done this multiple times already.
Could you make my holy symbol smell like something?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Strawberries, please.
Deal. And I'll take it and I grab my little magic stone and I pull it out and there's like a little like dial knob on one side and I like turn it and I like change it to the right setting and then I like rub the stone all over the holy symbol and then I hand it back to you and it smells like strawberries.
I feel as if there should be a role to determine if Scraps really gets it to smell like strawberries or if it smells like poop berries.
It is my magical tinkering. It is. Let me have this.
I just feel as if the opportunity for RP is completely being wasted here. You know?
You know how hard it is to find a good use for magical tinkering?
Yeah. All right.
Malkavia hands over a fresh steak to Alistair to add to his platter.
I switched. I had a sausage in each hand, so I switched them both over to one hand to take the steak. Like ya.
You're a true master of your craft.
A good man.
Growing boys need their fuel.
Alistair, you got a little in the.
That's for later.
Oh,
A
okay.
little bit. Oh. Take a page out of his book.
Wiping my hands on my robe, my hide armor, greasy hands.
No, are you not wiping them on the new boots just to kind of like get them broken in?
No, the second we stopped for the night, like we're on flat ground now. Did we come all the way down the mountain?
Yeah, we're at the horses.
The second we were on flat ground, I took them off, cursing, and put them in my bag.
Oh.
I'm only gonna wear them when there's a risk of falling.
That's good.
I looked at the attunement rules. As long as they're within 100 feet of you, they stay attuned.
Right. Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh, and as far as the money goes, I did the math. 166 per player, and then I figured
It's already gone.
Oh, the 1,000 gold was already.
Yeah, it was 333
Yeah,
went to me, Scrap, or me,
everybody who
Faraday,
didn't
and
have-
Raz.
Right.
Oh,
Everybody who
okay.
didn't get a non-magical item.
Okay. Then
Didn't get a magical item, rather.
Technically, there's one gold piece left for somebody.
Him.
There you go. Him, you get one
Massive.
gold piece.
Massive damage, and then also taking the massive hit.
Thank you. For the single gold piece.
It's the apology we give you for dying.
Well,
Almost dying.
if nobody else is going to say anything, I suppose I will take the first watch.
Or he can stay up with you.
Very well, Scraps and I will take the first watch.
I will take the next one. Wake me up whenever.
Can you see in the
Raz-
dark?
Raz will say, I'll go outdoor with you too.
Yes, 2 point.
Okay. I'll take the last watch.
I'll go with Alistair then.
I like to watch the dawn.
That's very good.
I'm sleeping already. I lay down 2 seconds and I'm.
All right.
Once Malkavia cleans up the vest kit, gives it back to Scraps, he goes back to the cart and gets a blanket out and goes to sleep.
So, Scraps, this friend of yours, with the issues, I forget his name, Dumbo. What's his name, sir?
Gunmo.
Gunmo. You and him have a long history together, yes?
Yeah, he was a prisoner back at home.
A prisoner. Why was he imprisoned?
Because he was into kobold, and that's what we did. But he was really smart, and he knew how to make all these cool things. And I was supposed to be watching his cage, but I just sat there and I talked with him forever, and he taught me how to make all this cool stuff. And I realized that he didn't need to be in there because he was super smart. So I helped him get away, but then everybody at my home hated me, so I wasn't allowed to go back. And
Yes,
he didn't want
right.
to be seen with a kobold, so he didn't want to do that, so I just was kind of on my own. But then I found you guys, so everything's great.
So Scraps, does that mean that your tribe or your group or whatever is currently out there looking for you?
I don't know if they're looking for me, but they certainly wouldn't be happy if I came back.
Oh, interesting. I believe you and I have a lot more in common than you think. And I will just leave it there.
I'm so interested now. We'll talk about this later. And I will finally use my dark vision and not have to worry about sunlight sensitivity to keep watch at night. Thank God.
All right. So y'all are now starting the watch. All right. So who's on watch again? Real quick, give me. There's I was asking for the perception rolls.
Scraps and Faraday.
Yeah.
And I got a nat 20 with my advantage.
God dang.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Well, you definitely notice right on the edge of the woods, there's these eyes appear, but it seems to come forward. It makes no apparent attempt to hide, and it begins to call out. I know who you are. I have some information.
Faraday, do you see this?
What is it? What is it, man? Where?
And I point directly at it. I don't know if you can see it in the dark, whatever. I don't know the lights.
I will cast light on my dagger.
Ah, so bright, so bright. That's fine. May I come forward and speak and treat with whoever the leader of this group is, or the group
Who goes
itself?
there, sir? What is your name?
My name is Puck. I serve my master. I believe you might have heard of him. And I think you might want to speak to me lest we have another incident like we did with your dragonborn friend a few days ago.
Out of character. What is he talking about? What
Don't you, well, don't you remember the incident with the
Razenar passed out.
no, the net of dreams? You know, when he was caught by the net
Oh, right.
and he almost died. So
Right.
We would hate your health of your paladin could be at risk. We would hate to see such a good person or good creature go down such a bad path.
You know why he passed out?
Oh, of course I do. We caused it. We were attempting to kill your friend, but unfortunately it failed. How about we talk so we don't have to have such a thing happen again? My master wants to make a deal with you, Colderan, the Dark Lord of these woods.
Faraday won't even hesitate. He pulls out his crossbow and he shoots.
Scraps will try and stop you. He will give his best attempt to try and grab your crossbow. So we need to find out where he is first.
let's do a roll then. I'm trying to think how we do this roll. Just give me both athletics checks to see who strengths, Faraday's able to push past your defense. Both athletics.
Luckily,
They're
for
both
Scraps,
weak.
both of us are weak.
We're both terrible.
yeah.
The battle of the weaklings.
11.
You're in trouble.
Yes.
All right, so Scraps, do you want to describe how you
Take
stop
Crossbow
Faraday?
down. We need to find out where he is first. After.
Whoa!
I say this under my breath so that it can't hear me, but just to Faraday. After we find out. And then I look to the guy and be like, where do we meet him?
Whoa! It looks like your little halfling friend has gotten quite heated.
You just told me you tried to kill my friend.
Well, it's just business. After all, you found the sword that could hurt my master. If that's what I've come to see you with, let's talk, shall we? After all, everyone wants to make money, don't we? You look like a avaricial type.
He just floats there. By your travels, this thing is called a homunculus. You've heard of these things before. It's like a flying little bat type creature, almost like an imp. and it's ugly. It's detestably ugly with a huge bulbous nose, teeth all rotted, but it serves its master, it's serving.
Come on, so let's make a deal. That's where I can leave and you can take your chances again with the net.
What do you want?
I want that sword. You should give us the sword and wealth, power, influence, all could be yours working with my master.
Or we could kill you and your master and be done with the whole of it.
He's got a good point.
You surely could kill me, I don't doubt that. But my master, well, that and his army, that might be something different. You will surely die.
You seem
Whereabouts
to
would
have
that
made a. You seem to have made a gross miscalculation, sir. Because you wouldn't be coming to us to ask for the sword if your master wasn't afraid of it. And we have possession of this sword.
All right, at that moment, Homunculus kind of like, he frowns, and you kind of see his eyes turn like a different color. For a moment, they look like almost like human eyes from blue. And then before you, in an apparitional state, this appears.
You will give me that sword. Give it to mine. Give it to Puck. If you don't, I swear, I will burn your bones over the course of 1,000 years. No one will know as much suffering as all of you will know. You will all die screaming, and then only to be brought back to scream more. Give me that sword.
Faraday will
Let's see.
cast silent
Right.
image of a giant middle finger at the sky.
This is what I think of you, sir. And I'll spit.
As soon as he pops up, Scraps is gonna fire a firebolt up into the air with his little cannon just to wake everybody up.
Oh, that's good.
He all of a sudden the middle finger pops up.
Halfling fool, you'll be the first to go. I will destroy you all. Perhaps I'll make you a slave. Then later, I'll feed you to my night dwarves. My little wood wozers will get a little meal out of you, halfling. Then we'll see how much your comedy is then. How much will you be laughing? Now, I'm giving you the chance now to join me. To have
Far
power.
more powerful people than you have laughed at me. And have met their fate at my weapon's heel.
The Homunculus looks over at Calderan and looks at you.
Master, I'm trying, Master. I'm trying.
You could tell something's being said to him telepathically.
Give my master the sword. Only Calderan, he who has been brought back from the dead. He who rules these woods. He, the Dark Lord of all, the true ruler of Dagger Falls. Serve my lord, serve my liege, find pleasure in his service, great pleasure that only he can give.
And before Faraday, an image appears of like treasure and you laying like in the middle of it. There's all these halfling women or whatever. Hope we're not getting too much for the stream, too bad. All these halfling women are crowding around Faraday, dropping grapes and food in his mouth.
Yes, halfling. Yes, that could be yours. My master can provide that.
And in front of then of course in front of Alistair, there's a picture of a beautiful druid grove. All the animals are peacefully eating. Scraps, you see a great a laboratory, it's all these great machines, an iron golem, all these wonderful contraptions that you've never seen, one that looks like it has wheels. Then you got Razanor sees himself standing before the Paladin Order, being ordered and knighted as one of the greatest ever. Malkavia, you're reunited. You see all these elves and they're all crowding around you and they're asking you things, and you feel a sense of home and of purpose again. And him, your power, you see yourself standing before this angelic being given this great power to watch over the world itself. But then in a moment, it's gone.
Yes, all of you see your greatest desires. Don't you want them? Treat with my master. Give me the sword. This is your last chance. Don't ruin it. Don't fail.
Listen, you vile creature. If you think riches and wealth and women is what I'm after, you are as mistaken as the last person who doubted me. And I will shoot it with my crossbow.
Yeah, I aim the shoulder cannon at him and like, now.
I think it's time for
All right.
initiative.
All right.
I'm attacking you.
Since let's roll to see if you actually just got a. I'm just gonna say you actually surprised him this round because you just whipped it out. So go ahead and you'll roll with advantage attacking him this first time, Faraday.
22.
Hold on, my roll 20 is now messing up. I'm having to refresh. Give me a second, I apologize. Obviously you hit him, so what was your damage?
Am I rolling with
Subjugate.
Am I rolling with sneak attack?
No sneak attack because there's nobody surrounded. Well, it's surprise, so yeah, sneak attack, yeah, surprise. Yeah, surprise, so you get sneak attack. Yeah, so you get sneak attack. If I can get my roll 20 up here, guys, hold on, I have to load back in. But yeah, go ahead and roll your damage and all that.
Hold on. Why doesn't it have the sneak attack damage here?
It should have it on roll. Not on roll 20.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Here it is. 2d6. Sneak attack. Oof, that hurts. So I hit him for max damage, 23 points.
All right. At that moment, you want to describe your hit? It's dead. It's down. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
After my rebuttal of his his little spiel, I shoot him from the waist, and the bolt goes right through his eye.
This goes down. You see Colderan bend over. You can tell he's felt pain.
You will pay for that. You will be. I'll kill you last, halfling. I'll kill all your friends. I'll kill your family, everything you love, and then the friends of everyone that you loved. All will die, but they'll die first.
And then before that, right after that, Colderan disappears. You see a little blood that come out of his mouth, and then the apparition fades away again.
Well, that was interesting.
I'll walk over to the dead homunculus and pull my bolt out of its eye.
And Malkavia forgot to do this before he went to sleep, which he should have done before. Now that that's happened, he's going to ritually cast Alarm and kind of set it up in the camp.
Hindsight is 2020.
It was the best alarm.
Yes. Well, it appears we have our mission clearer than ever.
I think it's the rest of the party poor guys got all attacked by and now told you're gonna be all killed. The halfling dies last. Oh, interesting. All right.
I have confidence in everyone's ability to remain alive. So if I'm the last to die, then we will have succeeded in our cause.
If you tell
I'm going
Colderan-
back to sleep.
If you tell Colderan you love him, then that might mean he has to kill himself. So,
Greatest loophole.
Did
Always
Bramblebeard
an
go back
option.
to sleep?
Yeah.
I mean, they're still on their first watch. So after Malkavia casts Alarm and sets it up around the camp, he's going to go back to the cart.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll continue watch with Faraday with my nat 20. Just in
And
case
I will
anything else
not-
shows up.
I will notch another arrow, and Faraday is like all business for the rest of the watch.
All right.
He's not be able to sleep before his watch.
All right. So it's Faraday and Scraps are out for watch right now. First watch, goes by. There's really nothing happens. It's a nice, quiet night. Everybody's peaceful. The wind is blowing. Pretty warm. Very nice.
Other than Calderon showing up.
Oh yeah, well, other than you're being promised a torturous death for a century or more at the hands of the Dark Lord of the Woods, then yeah, I mean, if you don't count that.
Fairly.
So other than that,
it was nice.
yeah, other than that. All right, So I could just go ahead and let you know you're not going to have any randoms this time. Okay, so we can go ahead and just say that even without that, everybody's healed up, and because I don't want to sit here and just keep going over the watches, and I already know. So you're healed. Everybody's got a nice long rest. It's a wonderful morning. Alistair, I assume you're up first eating.
Yeah, and I'll do some scavenging too. See what I can find.
Faraday will come out of the tree line, naked from the waist up, with a towel on his shoulder, having freshly groomed and washed his hair and freshly groomed his beard in a stream.
Where do you keep finding these streams?
Yes, I have a knack for it.
So before I went to bed, I set up a couple of snares and stuff, and I rolled a 15, so maybe I caught like a rabbit or something. Squirrel.
Yep, you did. Nice fat rabbits in there with the 15.
Nice. So I'll cook it for breakfast. Well, I'll actually give it to Malkavia. Be like, can you cook these for me?
What did he roll?
12. Even at
Breakfast is
advantage.
not your forte.
It's 12.
Well, it's an average meal. Not the best, not the worst. Definitely not the worst, but about average.
I
Since
enjoy it.
breakfast is his forte.
I wolf it down regardless.
Tony, did we all see everybody else's like illusion that was cast around everybody? Like we could see all the halfling ladies around.
No, that was each your individual wants and desires, as best I could interpret.
As much as Alistair tries not to, his mind keeps going back to that peaceful grove with no annoying people around, and so he's definitely was affected by the vision. I assume he could like peer into our minds and see our like greatest desire, or was he just taking a stab at it?
No, he was. Well, I don't want to tell you. You wouldn't know. I can't tell you
Well,
that.
I would know because it's my greatest desire. Was I seeing my greatest desire?
Which, yes, well, you were seeing your greatest desires. So take that as you will. I don't want to say if it's magical, or I don't want to tell you that, but he was able to obviously do something where he was able to see your desires.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if he was just taking a stab at it because I don't know.
The DM was taking a stab at it, going by your backstories and.
He was legit. He was legit showing Bramblebeard what he really would love to encounter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him
Fine.
is a
Fair
turn
enough.
off, but
So then my mind keeps going back to that. I keep thinking of it, and in spite of myself, I definitely have some desire to fulfill that.
Malkavia, while everybody's eating, it's like, so what did the asshole make you all see? Anybody want to play share?
I guess if we're all like sitting around the campfire, like eating breakfast or whatever, I'll just kind of like look at you and be like, I just saw this.
What?
Like he just see him hanging out with all his friends, like having a meal and stuff like that. Probably like sitting at a table in a tavern or something. Like that's really all he wants.
That's really
that's
nice.
nice.
Mine was a bit more selfish, but yeah. Scraps, I really like yours.
Mine was just peace and quiet. Nature.
Mine is irrelevant. We must capture or kill this creature, this being, as soon as possible.
Please don't tell me yours, Faraday, because I am having so much fun imagining what it could be.
I promise you, whatever it was incorrect.
Well, you're wearing a chicken suit or anything funny like that.
Now I'm imagining it.
He was just looking at a massive golden sculpture of himself in the middle of the biggest city on the planet.
Maybe he was wearing one of those. Never mind, I can't say it. This is a stream that is family friendly. I'll keep it PG. Never mind. Bramblebeard says something super offensive.
You are daft, sir.
Anyway,
then,
thank you for
shall we-
breakfast.
What was that, him?
Oh, at any rate, thank you for breakfast. And him will like wolf it down and start getting ready for the day.
Yes, we should probably get down to Gunmo, yes?
Agreed. The next question, though, is getting back into the city. You think they will remember us? Only a couple of guards saw us, but they were going through a bit of a stir, anyways.
Was it only a couple? I feel like it was a lot.
We stopped 3 guards, and then we talked to 1 guard when we got the cart from Farmer. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it that we were all dealing with.
Plus all the ones that saw you guys when you were leaving the warehouse in the first place.
Well,
yes, but we were soldiers.
as far as I know, him and I can both transfigure ourselves to appear as a different entity. The rest of you can hide in the cart.
I could be a horse. I could be a dog. I could be whatever.
But dog
there you
thing
have it.
did seem to work well.
Yeah, the dog worked out really well.
It's decided then.
So, Raz, what do you think? I mean, you're kind of, big.
As much as I hate to say it, the halfling's got a point.
He's Batman now.
Whatever, dude.
Batman.
All right.
And you see that the Faraday's like, amazing. Never heard you agree with me before. Don't get used to it.
I don't think many people agree with Faraday.
How about this? Because we got several horses, and we could only attach a couple to the cart. There still might be needing riders, so I could at least cloak up and ride the cart, and then maybe Scraps and Raz can be in the back of the cart. And then the other horses can all be kind of taken by others.
Well, if you're sure that you won't be seen, we can't have you messing this up, chap.
Well, I gave up my armor, so that's different. And I could just pull my cloak over my head. And it's just a normal ratty cloak.
Well, hold on. We only need
Well,
to.
you are quite indescript, so I suppose people won't recognize you.
We just have to give this salve to Gonmo, right? So why doesn't just somebody that can go incognito go into town and get him and tell him to come out here, because he has to go somewhere else anyways?
Traps, I think your intentions are good, but however, one thing I've learned throughout my travels is to never split the party.
Oh, I was thinking that we still have to get to Randall. But to the same point, we could have just sent Hush or Archibald the 600th to
Second.
to drop it off. But either way, I would agree, Scraps, on any other occasion, but we have to get back to Randall.
That's fair. I forgot about him.
To be fair, I had as well.
Is that why you scratched out his name? Like people that you've forgotten?
I thought we were supposed to kill him at one point, so I'm really glad that got cleared up.
So where's Randall Morn?
I think he's in the tavern with Gunmo.
Oh, okay.
Last we saw him, at least.
What will we be doing afterwards?
Killing
Do we
Calder.
know yet?
Finding out where Calderon is so that we can go and kill him.
But do we know that? Do we know that Randall Morn is really at the tavern still? I mean,
We don't know that.
No,
That's where
but
you
He
were.
was just there the last time. Like,
But
when
that
we left,
was
that's
their
where...
hideout, and the head lady of the tavern is involved with the free riders, so she might be able to provide us some information.
Right. True.
And
I mean, I
Staying
can.
with us.
If we wait until tomorrow, I can do Animal Messenger and send a message to both Gunmo and Randall Morn, if you prefer.
Hey, what's a day?
Good point.
I'm in no rush. I can say that much.
I mean, we
It's
could
the safest way for sure.
Well, the plague. That's the rush.
So while this is happening,
Fair,
guess-
that's fair.
Faraday will cast Silent Image again, and it's going to be an image of Calderon as he last saw him, and he's taking his sword and he's like stabbing it and like practicing like fencing, like stabbing Calderon in the face, like hacking his arms, and like every time he does that, like Calderon's arm will fall off the Silent Image, and then it'll grow a new one, and he'll hack it again, and he'll continue doing that, like kind of training.
So are we taking the day? Just
Actually, my bad. We don't have to. I actually had it prepared. I went to prepare it, and there it was.
Nice.
sweet.
Okay, so oh no, my bad. That's speak with animals. Different.
Yeah, that's a different one. So you do need the extra day.
Well, again, Alistair brought up a good point. James brought up a good point. The plague. The longer we wait, that's a whole other day of people getting hurt. So yeah,
I could
forgot
say,
about that one.
I can go into town myself as an animal. I mean,
And
Right.
I can look like others.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's just the only problem is if we get caught in a bad position, and for whatever reason a roll goes the wrong way, and then
I'll just
You have to
wander into
roll
town
for
as a
that?
grizzly bear. Nobody will notice.
Nobody will know. Oh shit! It's a bear.
Tony, do we know the farm? Did Johnny or whatever his name is that I gave my armor and the weapon to? Did he tell us where his farm was?
No, he did not tell you where his farm was. You never asked.
I was wondering if we did or not.
Maybe we could just bribe somebody to go and get him for us.
No, I mean we could just go into the town. I think that's everybody
What about
else.
using your
Go ahead.
familiar? Why don't we tie a message to your familiar's foot, your peregrine falcon?
That's what I said earlier. Yeah, we could use the familiars to bring messages.
Do that. Do that. That's easy.
We have to get close to the city, though.
You could just bring a message to Gonma that says to tell Randall that we're outside the city, because he'll know where he is.
I don't mind going in.
How about this? All right,
Will
that's actually a good
Gunmo
idea.
know?
Wait. Okay, we'll take a sheet of paper. Who has paper? Scraps, do you have paper?
I do not. Oh wait, I do.
You have paper.
I actually don't have any.
Okay, so we'll take some paper, redraw the map for what we have, kind of pinpoint where we are, roll it up, and well, actually on the back side of the map, write a message to Gunmo. Gunmo, tell Randall we are here, we need to see him, and tell him to go to the alchemist? Or we have his stall.
What if he doesn't know where Randall is, though?
Ask the lady of the tavern for Randall to find us here at this point.
That's easier.
And we have his salve.
Yeah, and then when we give it to him, we can just tell him that he has to go to
Since you have no problem writing the note, but you're trying to draw a map of your
We have a
surround.
map.
Okay, so are you trying to copy it? You're just copying
Yes.
then? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were
can actually, if you would like, with my magical tinkering, I can create a copy of it magically. That's perfectly accurate.
I would prefer that, but because I want to make sure it's more exact, so because if not, might be a roll him trying to understand the map. So tinker that bad boy away. Make you a
The
perfect
visual
copy.
effect appears on a novice surface. It can be a picture, 25 words of text, lines, shape, mixture of the elements. So yeah, I just create a static visual effect of the map to our location on the back of the paper.
Bam. Perfect narrative reason for the perfect copy. All right, so
Maybe we should send Hush, or do you want to send Archibald the Fifth?
it's Archibald the Second, and I will do it. So I will. The falcon will magically manifest and swoop down and land on Scraps' shoulder.
I handed the note to in its beak, I guess.
So, okay. So the question I have now is this: How does the familiar is the familiar going to be able to travel all that distance?
Yeah, you're about a day away, so I mean, I'm wondering.
Right, like what's the plan here?
We have
Oh,
to.
I thought we were just outside the city.
Well,
That's what we're doing.
To the city. Yeah, and then you would send the familiar.
So far enough where I can see where the falcon is going, right? Where
No,
I
no, you can
telepathically
give your
communicate.
familiar directions, and they don't have to stay within the telepathy range to do so.
Okay. So
You
I
can
will
still
do that.
watch. You just don't
Yeah.
have control of it.
I will do that. I will send Archibald II with the map and watch him as he flies towards the tavern.
Once
Alright.
we get outside the city.
Once we get within range of the city.
Okay. So you're going to take about a day's travel to get there. All right. For speed's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and you went ahead and had a sleep. Okay. You obviously had to rest rather than walk 24 hours, I'm assuming. Is that correct? Or you just want to go straight 24 hours?
Well, we just woke up, right?
Well, yeah, we don't want
Right?
to. Well, but we're not
But
going
it's
to have
still a 1 day
exhaustion.
travel, so
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleep outside the
we'll do
city or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
So you
the
take.
hour in the morning to be outside.
Okay. So the next night, when it hits nighttime after all that traveling and everything, you're pretty tired and you take a rest and you go to sleep. Okay.
Right.
Go ahead. Now, during the night, once again, poor Raz, because he's carrying Olar, he starts having another dream here. All right. Another bad dream. So why did y'all have to kill that fucking homunculus? God damn it. All right, Raz, we need Raz to make some rolls again.
All right.
Raz, go ahead and roll. Wait, hold on. It's a wisdom save. He needs one wisdom, and if he passes this, that's DC 14.
20.
Yeah!
20.
Woo! All right. So Raz he recognizes this dream. It's the net is trying to get him again once more. It's trying to snare his soul because it's been a few days now, about a week again since this even occurred. But once again, after your last night's encounter, maybe Colderan has sent out his night dwarves, in their form to try it, but somehow the net. Raz recognizes it and wisely within his own mind is able to pull himself out of the net without it getting the chance to even take a hold of him. So this time it failed. It didn't even capture him this time. So normally Raz would, gets up, and I guess if you want to Omar RP his dream.
I had another one of those dreams.
Good. That works. All right.
It just means we need to kill Calderon even faster. It's our top priority.
I'm wondering what I should do with this. And he holds up Olar.
Maybe just put it in the bag. And I hold out the bat of holding.
Well, we know he's scared of it. At least that's what the halfling says.
What did the did the thing that you killed say anything about the weapon?
Yeah, only that Calderon demanded that we hand it over.
Right, but does Olar do anything for Calderan?
Evidently, it is a weakness of his.
So I can hurt him.
That is correct.
All right.
But he can also use it to hurt us, apparently.
So what's the harm in putting it in the bag?
None.
Well, I suppose.
Until we need it.
Fair enough. I'll put the sword. I still have my long sword. He puts the other one in the... He puts the Olar into the bag.
Alright. So yeah, so we'll pop it into the battlefield. So it's in an extra dimensional space now.
Are you sure that will protect it?
I mean, I guess it's better than him holding on to it. If it happens again, we know it doesn't work.
We also
Unless
know
you have another idea.
we also know that it's only affecting him. He's the one that is bonded with the blade. So it seems as though it's only impacting those that have made that bond.
They should unbind with it as long as it's in this bag.
We'll find out.
Sorry, your voice is killing me. I was just like,
Yeah, I know. I'm just here. Where is she?
I was like, swear to me.
Whatever, man. You try playing two characters and having a conversation with yourself.
I did. One was in a bear, so it was like.
I like the voice. You're doing great, Omar. You're doing great.
lot of us DMs
Thank you for
probably have.
thank you for playing Raz. Thank you.
All right, so that's the night, I think, right?
I think.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, so the night went by. Yeah, the night's gone by now. You had your Raz had his once again an attempt. Again, you notice about a week has passed by since the last attempt, and now you are outside of the city.
Bird plan. Plan B.
Bird. Wait. The bird is the word?
Me too, a second.
Bird is the word, man.
I guess I don't need to memorize Animal Messenger then, huh? We've taken care of that.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. Did we? Are we? Is because it's
You
the
know what?
next day.
I will. It's the next day, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
I'll memorize it anyway in case yours fails.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Before we send like, because now that we know that we're going to be outside the city, we made sure to adjust the note to say, this is where we are outside the city.
I updated the map. I refreshed it.
All right.
There's a little like spirally arrow icon in the top left corner, and I clicked on it, and it updated.
I just realized Faraday rolled with his own character
When?
for that roll from
No,
Raz.
it's not.
It says Raz
right
under
under.
it.
It says Raz under
Yeah, it
red.
says Reznor.
Oh, okay. It looked
just
like it's.
says that Faraday, the player made the roll, but
Yeah.
with Reznor's stat sheet.
Oh my god, I can barely see that name. Holy shit. Okay, now I see it. It's so small and gray. I'm sorry, Faraday. It looks so tiny.
All good.
Oh my god. Am I the only person that can barely see that, or is it just me?
It's
No, I
not-
think you're probably the way you have your settings for your webpage.
Oh yeah, my laptop's turned down very low light to keep the power. Okay. All right. Anyway, so you're sending Sir Archibald in, the second, Sir Archibald the
Yes,
second,
Archibald the second.
to fly in towards the tavern. You've given him directions, so obviously this is telepathic, so you don't need any type of roll, and you know where the tavern is. So Sir Archibald goes down towards the tavern, and people are noticing this peregrine falcon. Hey, look, Mommy! It's a falcon! Look, it's going down towards the door! It's going down towards the door! Alright, so now the peregrine falcon's at the door of the tavern, but the door is closed.
What about windows?
Wasn't it going for Gummo's room?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was going for window of Gunmo's room.
Okay, so you're going to try for a window of Gunmo's room? Alright, so do you want to just tap on the glass with a little bit of tapping starts occurring in Gunmo. You can I'd have to adjust the camera, but we will in a second. But Gunmo turns around and he sees Sir Archibald tapping and lets him in, and I assume Sir Archibald hands him the message, and what is the message is obviously to give to Kessler.
Yeah, what is the message?
Yeah, so the message says, Gunmo, we have your salve. We are located outside of town. First, go get Kessler and inform her that we need to speak to Randall at the same location.
Oh, hello.
See attached map on side B.
Correct.
All right, so hello, little falcon. Well, this is a surprise. I thought you'd tapping on my window. Thought you'd just come in to be my friend. Oh, you're from Scraps and his group. What's this? He begins reading. He's reading it. We've got your. He's not the best reader, but he's very good ticker. We've got your salve. Hey, got me salve. Oh my God! Thank God, Scraps and Gummo. Talk to Kessler about Randall Morn. All right. So he runs downstairs and tells Kessler, "Can I do it for you, Gunmo? Oh, hello."
Oh, we got a letter here. It's for you, Kessler. It's from those friends of yours, that adventuring bunch. They say that outside the city I need to go talk to them, but more importantly, they need you to find Randall Maud and tell him to come here because they're going to try to come into the city and they know they're being looked for. Can we do that? Of course, Jay. I'll go ahead and send it out to Randall Maud. One of his freedom writers is right over there.
And, you know, she gives the letter to the freedom. The guy comes over. He bows. She takes it.
Bring this to Randall Maud immediately and tell him to come back here. Go ahead, make a copy. Grab the map real quick. And,
You know, he uses his tinkering talent, the same thing kind of Scraps has, to make an exact copy of a copy, the ultimate Xeroxing. And he now has a map of that. And, you know, the Freedom Rider goes out, you know, you see him, he just goes out the door and assuming, obviously, to go get Randall Moore. Gummo's like, oh, I've got to go. You know, I've got to see my friends and see and tell them what's going on. All right. So Gunmo leaves, and within a matter of hours, hold on one second.
It's a big town.
You've got right in front of Scraps is good old Gunmo. Scraps! Oh, Scraps, I've heard you. I've read your note. Is this? I can't believe I found this place. You see him coming through the woods. He's already yelling. He sees Scraps from a distance, you know, as he's pushing through the brush and wiping off the leaves and stuff. I got your letter. I found your spot here. Scraps, and you got me salve. Oh, please tell me it wasn't a joke. Please tell me you got me salve, Scraps.
Yeah, no, we got it. Keep your voice down. We're trying to stay incognito. That's the whole point. But no, we got it where you followed.
I don't know. I didn't really try to. I didn't think about that, to be honest. I don't think so. Nobody really notices little old Gunmo. But I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so loud with your incognito and all. That's pretty cool. So I assume you're incognito because of what happened with the warehouse there. Everybody's talking about it, but I think there's something you should know. They've already caught the people they're saying who robbed the warehouse.
What? Really?
What?
The town crier's talking all about how they hung those poor lads just the other day. When you get to town, you might want to listen to the crier. I highly suggest you do. He has a lot of information. But yeah, they caught those people. So I thought maybe it wasn't you guys. You can come back to town now.
How many people were hung?
Yeah, I just like turned to the group.
We made a mistake.
How many people were hung?
Oh, I was inside at the time. I don't like to look at such things, but I think they said 4 people were hung, and one of them was, hold on, I'm trying to remember his name. It was that, Private Seth Jepson. He actually confessed to the crime.
Did
you
that
say
name
Private
ring a bell?
Jepson?
Do we know?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the name of the. That's the name of the one that Master Sergeant Hector was like ordering around. Well, this is rather interesting development. It appears the constable is he's appeared to try and save some face by pinning our little misdeeds on someone else.
That's enough.
His own man.
Someone has to go. We've got to get rid of him.
Bramble,
Quite
dear,
agree.
I agree, but one thing at a time. We got to focus on Calderon and stop the dream fever. Don't worry, the constable will get his due.
Good job, Faraday. Give yourself for figuring it out that and saying that so well. Give yourself inspiration.
Nice. Done.
You hit that on the fucking money, man.
Faraday is quite an astute observer, sir.
All right.
So Scraps, can I have me salve now?
Yeah. And I drop the bag down and open it up and do the same thing, reach in with both hands and like pull out the I guess this the salve. I'm gonna hand it to him and be like, this is really expensive, so you're welcome. And I'm doing this because I love you. And I'm gonna hand it to him very slowly and kind of hesitantly.
I love you, Scraps, and soon as we get back to town, I'm gonna send this on the quickest courier straight to there and make sure that he gets that salve so he can have his horse turned back to normal and my name is cleared and so will all my debt. Oh, thank you, Scraps. You don't know how much I say. Now my only problem is I don't know exactly what to do, but tell me all about this great Tauron. Tell me about Tauron. Was he really as great as he seems? I've heard he's amazing with making potions.
He's not very observant, and owls and other fowl get the better of him most of the time. But other than that, he needs a lot of help, and he said that he was looking for another like alchemist tinkery guy to work with, and he offered you a job. So if you want, you can go there.
You're kidding! You're joking! He offered it! Oh my god, it just when it rains it's poured all this good fortune. I knew when I let you out that cage it was the best thing I ever did. I knew you were a good person. I knew it.
Oh, I let him out of the cage.
Shit. Yeah, messed up for one
Just how he
sec.
remembers it. It's a Faraday moment.
It's a traumatic experience, I understand.
No, correction.
A lot of conversations through bars, I get it.
So time warp back.
Thank God you let me out that cage, because I knew you were a good person when you let me out. I knew
I
it.
knew you'd do the same for me.
Yes, you're such a good person. I knew that, Scraps. So, thank you so much. Can you give me the directions to reach this Tauron?
Yeah, sure, I'll Xerox you the map, and I like to do the same thing.
Awesome. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to be an apprentice under Tauron the Great. Be sure to visit me, Scraps. Are you going to come up there and see me from time to time?
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff on our plate, so, we'll see what we can do, but I'll add it to the list 100%.
Thank you.
Faraday will elbow Malkavia with you. Look at Scraps. Very confident these days.
Hey, Gunmo, just make sure that next time we come around, you're now employed with Turan. That he kind of cuts his prices down a little bit.
It was incredibly expensive.
I'll do it. I'll talk to him and do whatever I can for friends like you guys. You don't know how much you've changed my life and saved me so many times, not once, but twice. I owe you guys so much, and Scraps, I owe you my life myself. You didn't have to do any of this, friend.
And he reaches out and he just like grabs Scraps and picks him up and gives him this big hug. And it's like that twirling parent hug where they're just like twirling. And you actually start hearing like little distant happy music in the background. You don't know where it's coming from. But it's like
my wrenches and screwdrivers and stuff just start flying off of my lap.
and then he puts
strapped down.
and he puts Scraps down and he's like, all right, guys, I'm going to get going here and I'm going to head back to town, turn this into send for a courier to go ahead and give this salve, and I'm off to Torrance to start my new life as an apprentice. Who knows what the future will bring for me? Goodbye, friends.
Have some fire-breathing potions ready for me next time we see you.
I hope so. If I could learn that fast, I'll be rich before you know it. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you later. Bye. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Gumbo.
What was Gumby?
It's Gunmo.
He'll remember the name eventually. He'll be famous. You watch.
Oh yeah.
I lean over to Scraps and I say, how many times are you going to save that fool's life?
I mean, as many as it takes, really. Same goes for you guys.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, Scraps.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Fair enough.
But
Fair
now
enough.
to stuff that needs to be done, I suppose.
Yeah.
No more dilly-dallying.
Real
Where do we go next? We wait for Randall?
Yeah.
Real quick before that, guys, we're going to take a quick 5 or 10 minute break here because we haven't taken a break. It's like 9:14, so I need to go take a break real quick. So yeah, everybody just take 5 minutes, and then as soon as we come back, we'll have your trip to meet Randall and everything in town that you're going into to see, or Randall's coming out to see you. So we'll have that happen in just a few moments. 5-minute break.
2 cats plus 2 cats. Oh, no cats.
2 cats. All right, so
Yeah.
you are back in camp, obviously, and now through the woods comes riding with 2 of his famed freedom riders next to him. One, and let me get the other one, riding right next to him, striding in, pushing through the woods. As
And
you
I
have
immediately passed one of magic missiles with all charges right at Randall. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, at that moment, let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Oh, no, surprise round. All right. So, yeah, he comes
I leap
in.
out of a tree with my boots of featherfall.
You're not wearing them. You take damage.
Dwarf is now on top of Randall's head. All right, so he dismounts. His men dismount. They don't even draw their swords. You can tell they're with them as guard, but they feel calm around you. They know who you are. Randall feels calm. My friends, I have received your message. I've come here post haste. What can I do? I assume you're wanting to know about our communication that you got from the warehouse?
Yes, that would be much appreciated.
He looks at one of his men. They hand over the scroll. Yes, it is. We have found out 2 great details thanks to you bringing this to me. The first thing you should know. Oh, hold on here. Is I was right. It did contain information about what was going on here in Dagger Falls with the Dream Fever. It appears as if Constable Tren had discovered not too long ago a journal from Aragon. She was a cleric that had come here. I did not realize her evil intentions, but apparently, not too long ago, Aragon had discovered a crypt buried underneath the very temple that we have of Lathander that was here, the one that is now burnt down and destroyed. When she discovered the script, she immediately planned to revive the Mage Lord who, as she discovered and realized, was down in there. She had hoped to use him for her own evil intentions, and now Aragon had been causing trouble in Daggerdale for years, but recently things had gotten entirely out of hand. In fact, she had disappeared with dozens of others. The townfolk think she has run off the facing, didn't want to face the troubles, but I think she's in league with Colderan herself. But again, according to this, it says that she discovered him and was able to bring him back. But the way she did it took years. The first thing that happened is she set a fire, hoping that she could gain access to Colderan's crypt beneath the temple. A dozen of the Morning Lord's priests were burnt in their beds. Aragorn, of course, Aragon was quite pleased with this, and she waited for them to actually abandon the temple, and after repeated the persecution, the priests left. Several years after setting the fire, she began her final phase of her plan. 2 years ago, she was able to bring him back from the dead. It took her 8 years to bring him back to save. The first time she tried, it appears in her journal with a raised dead spell, but it failed, and then took her 8 years to save the money or enough gold to get a resurrection spell. This is all I know, but now we know that Aragon was behind what is happening here, and it is no doubt that Colderan, and I hate to say, he is my relative, for he ruled this very town 100 years ago. I am ashamed to say that such an evil and vile thing could ever be related to me, but just the same, he must be dealt with. And if you should find Aragon down there working with him, she must be brought to justice as well. And the second thing... Oh, go ahead. What quick questions do you have? Quick halfling?
Forgive me, Mr. Morn, but...
Yes, Faraday.
This woman, Aragon, has anyone seen her or laid eyes on her?
Yes, I've met her many times. She made a only to find out now she is a priest of Cyric, an evil... I thought she was actually a priest of the Thunder.
Does she know that you know?
Who's to say, but I would think that she does not know, yet that we are aware of her evil and foul intentions and have brought back the evil Dark Lord himself.
Well then, gentlemen, it appears we might have...
You say she's disappeared, though, right? So...
No one has seen her. All that was found, apparently, the constable must have searched around her residence and found this journal. And this is all that is left. I had my men search her residence thoroughly, even had a diviner come in, but nothing else was found. It was basically destroyed and ramshackled, perhaps by who knows what. But Calderon found this journal. Not Calderon. Constable Tren found this journal, and this was the information contained within. But it is not the only thing. Also, you should know that I was indeed right. The constable is stealing from the very townspeople themselves. It's one thing to be corrupt, one thing to hoard money and steal from the Zentarum, but to know that he is stealing from the very bank and townspeople themselves. This may be the information we need to unite this town and rise up in one righteous fist to strike back and bring down the constable and his men and free this town from the grip of the Zentarum.
So you broke the code then? You were able to break the code?
Yes, that is why. It took my codebreaker quite some time, but we were able to figure it out. Thank you. You are all heroes. Do you have... Yes.
I have a question. Do we have any information on this resurrection spell that was cast on Calderon, so perhaps we could undo it?
I cannot say I have no information on that, but what I do know is that she must have used the resurrection. It says right here in her journal. It does not say how she got it or where. It just simply says she had saved for 8 years before she was able to actually get the scroll or the spell itself, or save enough money for the spell of resurrection.
All right. Well,
I could only assume that perhaps she was able to attain it from a merchant of some kind. Within the 8 years, she might have even traveled far, perhaps even down to Shadowdale. That town has many interesting things. Elminster himself lives there. Perhaps she was able to secure it there.
Randall.
This situation with the constable, how is it that you intend to handle this?
The Zentarum will not care. I can tell you that the Zentarum will not care if we give this information to him. They know he is stealing. The main bulk of it goes to them. But the townspeople will. We will use this information. I will have my Freedom Riders go out, talk to the townspeople, ride out to the farms, let them know that the constable is not only corrupt against the Zentarum, he is stealing them and stealing the breads from the very mouths of their children. The Dalesmen are proud folk. Once they realize they are being duped and stolen from, I doubt that many of them will not rise up and pick up even the very pitchforks and farming implements to come here and take back this town. They've had enough, many of them, of this Zentarum. This could be the spark, the catalyst we need to bring freedom back to this town. And you, my friends, are the cause, the root of it all. The Freedom Riders kind of look at you with a sign of respect. They look at
you. Should hand out some flyers.
I appreciate your candor, Mr. Morn, and quite frankly, you are correct. We are quite magnificent. But the matter at hand is, the question rather, is should we undertake the unseating of the constable first? And whether or not that would assist us in tracking down and ultimately capturing Calderon. Or killing him.
I completely disagree, Faraday. That priority needs to be going into that crypt and following Aragon's trail, which will potentially lead us to Calderon. The Dreamkeeper is more important, and if what Randall said is true, he's going to need all the support he can. Can you imagine an entire city that wakes up to know that we and Randall helped to bring them back? That would be even more power to tip the scale against the constable.
Well, you have convinced
I would also like
me.
to say that when ordinary people go into combat with pitchforks, they die. And I'm not particularly fond of the common folk of the city dying.
I'm not saying that they would fight.
Wait. Hold on a second. Randall Morn hears what the dwarf says, and he read it. Alistair Bramblebeard, I know you. And he puts his hand on your shoulder. You're an honorable, very honorable dwarf. And I agree with you.
I will do my best to arm these people. It is more apt to say that their hearts will be strong enough that they will fight. But yes, we will make sure they don't go into battle with mere pitchforks and sickles. They will have proper weapons, I promise you. The people of this town that you saved will not die now in vain. And he looks at Alistair kind of like a real sign of respect that he cared. And then he looks back at y'all and says that first, in my opinion, I would think as much as I hate the constable, as much as I want to see him pay for what he has done, my first concern is the lives of the townspeople. And every day...
I grip his arm and I look him in the eye and I say, I'm going to hold you to that. And then I...
You can, you can, my honorable dwarf. Good Alistair Bramblebeard. You can hold me that indeed. And he looks back. All of you can hold me to this. That if you help me, and you help me free this town, that all of you will be honorably freedom riders and be given a place of honor here in the Dale Lands, remembered always with respect and courage to inspire generations of freedom riders to come. At that moment when he says that, his freedom rider horses buck up, his two guys like in a sign of like awesomeness. I think first thing you should do is seek out Aragon. That should be our concern, saving the lives of the townspeople first. Not one more life should fall victim to that foul damn dream fever, now that we know Calderon is behind it.
Aragon.
Randall.
Aragon it is then.
Yes. So let's
Aragon?
get into the mash.
Aragon.
Aragon.
All right.
How do you spell that, Tony?
Eragyn.
Oh, I was way off.
So
I'm
we
spelling it
need,
like
to get, we need to get to that temple.
Real
And-
quick though, him was saying something before. Him, did you want to continue? Like you were asking something. Is there something you wanted to ask?
Oh, I just wanted to ask about. I think I already did get to ask about the scroll of resurrection or whatever.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you, because I thought you said you wanted to ask something to Randall Moore. I'm sorry. Okay.
That was all. That was all, really.
Okay, so before we go on, I'm just gonna ask: does anybody want to ask Randall Moore anything before you move on?
Mr. Morn, I do want to mention something. We've heard some rather distressing stories. Some innocents were executed for some deeds that were committed by others. The constable seems to be taking matters into his own hands in order to save face. Is there any way you can delay him while we deal with this Calderon situation?
He looks down sadly. There's a tad tale what happened to those boys. They were honorable, but foolish. In this world, there's always consequences, even when the best of intentions are implied. It wasn't your fault, but just the same, that man, that Jasper. Oh, hold on, wait. Private Jepson. Private Jepson. The constable had realized once he had saw that he had been robbed and made a fool of. He had heard about the story of how someone came in, one of you, I assume, looking like something else, one of the sergeants or one of the commanders, whatever the story is. But you came in looking like him and made a fool. And when you make a fool of his men, you make out the fool of the constable. The constable's power is waning already in this town. He wasn't prepared to let himself to be made a fool of again, especially with the sheriff here now working for the Zimtarm, watching his every move, and my rebels attacking all his patrols. He needed to appear strong, so he just said that Jepson did it. Of course, the man confessed on the crimes. I would not doubt a confession came with all the screams that we could hear coming from the tower that night, inside that dark pit of the oublet that is inside his fiendish tower. But eventually he did confess, and he was hung. The last thing I remember him saying, for I watched it myself, was to please watch my wife and daughter. Tell them I was innocent. I swear it was the commander that told me to give him the sword, the commander that said it was all right to leave. I swear. I'm sorry, boys. I know that this was not your intention. But as you can see in this world, like I said, all things have consequences, even good actions. And
Faraday's gonna walk up to Morn and put 50 gold pieces in his hand.
Give yourself
Lamentably.
inspiration. Oh, you already have inspiration.
I already
so
have it. Double inspiration.
give it to somebody else. Give it. Choose to give it to somebody else.
I guess Valkavia, because he probably feels.
I'm
somewhat
still holding on to
responsible.
my inspiration for giving away my
Oh,
armor.
all right. So Scraps. Give it to Scraps. Scraps has inspiration.
There you go.
So lamentably.
What's this? What is this for?
Lamentably, Mr. Morn, we do feel somewhat responsible for the events that befell that poor boy and his family. Make sure that his family gets this as a stipend, a pension, if you will, to help make do and at the very least to pay for whatever arrangements needed to be made.
He kind of takes the bag, throws it toss up. Although I have no love for the constable's men, no man, if he is innocent, should be hung for a crime. And he kind of like puts it aside and then gives you like the kind of the salute. You are a true soldier, Gentleman Faraday. And now I know why they call you the Gentleman.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, seeing Faraday do that, I think Scraps will do the same, so he'll give him 50 gold as well.
More, and you too, Scraps, the great builder, hero cobbled of Dagger Falls. Whoever thought that things would get to this point, my good friend? And he takes the.
I will also. And he gives and Razanor gives 50 gold as well.
Ah, Paladin, fair friend to all the people. I know your heart is always true and loyal. Strength and honor. Strength, and Raz goes back, strength and honor. So he
Jim
gives.
doesn't have 50 gold to give, but he'll pull out his poetry book and tear out one of his favorite poems and hand it and say,
I have not known you long, him. You are new to this group. But I have heard already that you have great tales of adventure and have helped them much in this time. I will take this poem and read it to my men. This will be our battle hymn that we read aloud before we ride and charge, destroy the constable, and bring peace back to this town. Your words will inspire for generations.
I'm afraid it's a tad grim for that, but
These are grim times.
At least it's not an erotic poem.
Today, the days ahead will be dark days, red days, sword days, and shield days. Thank you, Fairhim.
Well, here's the truth, Morn. That constable will face my sword sooner rather than later, and I will make him pay for his misgivings.
Not if he faces my cudgel first, I say, holding up my stout staff.
Promise me you'll let me be there with you. He deserves my sword as well for usurping my throne. He must be brought to heel and shown to be brought to justice before the people, before he is executed. Let them see that the law has returned back to Dagger Falls.
I just want to interject. I know that Nat would probably say so. He's like, and I have the sword of justice too.
Sword of justice. What do you want for breakfast? Justice. All right.
Swear to me.
So she says, justice, fair paladin. Justice and freedom and equality for all of Dagger Falls, no longer under the impressive hold of this Zentarum. The days of the Dale lands being ruled by them are soon to come to an end.
So, as much as I totally am all for this pontification of what we're talking about here, we got to get into that city. So, what can you do to get us in there safely and securely?
Well, I had the idea of something complicated, but then I realized quite simply just taking my freedom riders in and riding straight through as much noise and clamor as we can make. This is sure to bring the attention of the constable and sure to bring the attention of his men. We'll ride straight by the temple and arch our horses up in front of the men, making a good show of ourselves and hoping that they follow. With any luck, they will. And at that moment, make your way into the temple, get to the back, find the entrance, and get down to Kolderan and destroy him. And bring peace back to this town. Or at least good.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, This is actually 9:51. So we're not going to be going down there today because obviously, you know, you're not going to be fighting anything. So I guess
Let's
we'll
just finish up the module quick. It's fine.
yeah, I don't think, but I do have I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all now. Okay. Y'all ready to get excited? Because I know.
No spoilers.
No, this isn't a spoiler of what's the story wise. This isn't story spoiler. But Nate Taylor finally is coming to the game to play with us.
Amazing.
He's going to be an NPC in the game of note.
Cool.
So
I know Nate pretty well. That's pretty awesome.
yep, he's coming in. I talked to him.
Great guy.
I already sent him the PDF of the adventure so he can read up. He said he wants to get a little bit of the history of what's going on, and he's really, really excited. When I told him, you know, because who he's going to be playing, he got really, really excited about that. So I can't wait to see what crazy stuff Nate brings and the RP he is going to do when y'all finally reach that point.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Can't wait.
All right. I'm going to go ahead then. We're going to sign off with that they are going to be when we join the good team in about 3 weeks again. We'll be seeing a crazy distraction as they get down into the dungeon that is actually underneath this table. So you'll see me be lifting off pieces of this table and see that there's a big old dungeon underneath here. So I don't know how long it's going to take them to get through that dungeon. Probably a few weeks. I'm thinking reality. Might
One
be
episode max.
Yeah, it might be a few weeks.
I would say by the break, we got that solved.
Faraday's got a potion of speed. We'll be done in like an hour.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know if I would run ahead everywhere. This might not be a good idea, especially after you killed that guy's dog.
Oh.
You did. You killed his dog.
Is April 10th. If
The day, yep, April 10th is when the good team will be returning, and then April 2nd will be the evil team. And tomorrow we have Pandemonium, which is virtual tabletop on Roll20 with DM Raven. He's actually plays Jimmy Headtricks in my evil game, so he'll be DMing his World of Hell, where the people actually died and they're in hell. So we hope you check that out. And then of course next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'll be running games, as well as Rich will be running a game here as well. And it will be the same game but with different people and different characters. It's a Golden Hammer of Kaz. It's one that we already ran for another convention, Dreamation, when we went there for a few days. And then Sunday, we'll have a question and answer that's about 3 or 4 hours long, of how that we do what we're doing here, how you could run your own games, the equipment that we use. JC is going to be there to answer OBS questions. I'll be there to answer like narrative questions, how we got the game improved, how I took a lot of the advice from the players, making the story more immersive, to getting to the point we're at now, where we have side quests, personal side missions, and of course all the main story. So all that good stuff of how just to do online and a virtual DMing. So please, I hope you join us, and I hope you check us out all next week for GaryCon. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for any follows. I wasn't always looking at the stream because I'm focusing on this, but if we did get any follows or any subs, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And please follow us on social media. We have a lot of builds up there you can check out, as well as a lot more pictures of the terrain and minis. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say bye-bye. If everybody else wants to say bye-bye too, bye-bye. Bye-bye.